Dreams have fascinated humanity for centuries, weaving through our myths, art, and scientific inquiries. Each night, as we drift into slumber, our minds embark on a journey into a realm where the impossible becomes possible, where reality blends with fantasy, and where our subconscious takes center stage. But why do we dream? Understanding the mechanisms and purposes of dreams unravels a tapestry rich with scientific and psychological significance. When we sleep, our brain activity doesn't simply pause. In fact, it is quite the opposite. During the rapid eye movement stage of sleep, or REM sleep, our brains buzz with activity, almost akin to when we are awake. This is the phase where most vivid dreams occur. Researchers have discovered that during this period, the brain generates electrical impulses that stimulate the brain's visual centers, creating images that can feel incredibly real. This phenomenon raises the question, what are our brains trying to achieve through these nightly narratives? One prominent theory is that dreams serve as a sort of emotional processing tool. Our awake experiences and emotions are often complex and multifaceted. Dreaming may help us sift through these emotions, allowing our minds to make sense of experiences that are difficult to verbalize in our waking lives. Imagine a person who has just faced a significant life change, like moving to a new city or ending a relationship. Through dreams, the brain can explore the vast array of emotions associated with these changes, processing feelings of loss, excitement, or even fear in a safe environment. Another theory posits that dreams serve as a form of problem solving. Think back to a time when you were faced with a challenging decision. Perhaps you were uncertain about the right path to take. Some researchers suggest that dreams enable us to rehearse scenarios and explore solutions in an imaginative space without the constraints of reality. For instance, if someone is struggling with a work-related issue, they might dream about the situation, testing out different approaches and outcomes. This, dreaming it through, can sometimes lead to unexpected insights or clarity that enhances problem-solving skills during waking hours. Moreover, the content of our dreams can reveal our innermost fears and desires. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, proposed that dreams are a window into our subconscious minds, reflecting our repressed thoughts and unfulfilled wishes. While Freud's theories are not widely held today, there is merit in the idea that dreams often highlight what we might be ignoring or avoiding in our daily lives. A dream about running away might stem from feelings of stress or a desire to escape a responsibility. By delving into these narratives, we may gain insights into our personal desires and emotional struggles. Some experts believe that dreaming serves an important biological function. The process of dreaming may help solidify memories and facilitate learning. When we experience new information while awake, our brains form memories, and dreams could play a role in reactivating and strengthening these memory traces. This memory consolidation suggests that what occurs in the realm of dreams is not mere random entertainment, but rather a vital function of our cognitive processes. Additionally, cultural and environmental influences shape our dreaming patterns. Different societies have varying interpretations and beliefs about dreams. In some cultures, dreams are seen as prophetic messages, guiding individuals towards significant life choices. In others, they are regarded as reflections of one's inner life or spiritual experiences. This cultural lens illustrates how dreams may embody the human quest for meaning, each narrative serving as a bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. Sometimes, dreams take us to places we have never been or meet people we have never encountered. The brain constructs fantastical scenarios by combining various fragments of memory, emotion, and imagination. This creative aspect of dreaming can lead to bursts of inspiration. Many artists and inventors claim that their most groundbreaking ideas came to them through vivid dreams. When the conscious mind relinquishes control during sleep, the subconscious can roam freely, weaving together narratives that would seem nonsensical by day. Interestingly, nightmares also play a role in our understanding of thoughts and feelings. While unsettling, they can serve as a means to confront fears and anxieties. By bringing uncomfortable scenarios to the forefront in the safe space of dreams, individuals may find themselves better equipped to manage these worries when awake. While we may never fully uncover the complete nature of why we dream, it is clear that these nightly adventures are deeply intertwined with our emotions, experiences, and cognitive functions. From emotional processing to creative exploration, dreams hold a mirror up to our inner world, revealing aspects of ourselves that we may not readily acknowledge. So, the next time you find yourself embarking on a surreal adventure in your dreams, remember that your mind is not merely wandering aimlessly. It is actively engaging in a complex interplay of thoughts, feelings, and creativity, fulfilling a vital role in your mental and emotional life. Each dream tells a story woven from the threads of your existence, painting a landscape that lies within and beyond your conscious awareness. As much as dreams may seem mysterious, they are, at their core, a reflection of who we are and the experiences that shape us. Déjà vu is a fascinating phenomenon that many people experience at some point in their lives. You may find yourself in a familiar setting, perhaps a cafe or a friend's living room, and suddenly you have the uncanny feeling that you have been there before, even if you know you haven't. This feeling can be both intriguing and perplexing, prompting questions about memory, perception, and the very nature of time itself. The term déjà vu comes from French, meaning already seen. It encapsulates this peculiar sensation of familiarity without clear recollection. It's not uncommon. Studies suggest that around 2/3 of people have experienced it at least once. But what causes this curious sensation? Researchers have been exploring various theories that might explain the origins of déjà vu. One of the leading theories involves the workings of memory. Our brains continuously process vast amounts of information, and sometimes this processing can lead to glitches. Imagine your brain as a high-speed computer. Occasionally, when receiving new information, it can momentarily misfire, creating echoes of a recent experience in the neural pathways. This neurological hiccup can result in the sensation that you are reliving a moment, even when you are not. Another interesting perspective comes from the field of neuroscience. Some scientists have proposed that déjà vu may be related to the way our brains encode memories. When we encounter a situation that shares similarities with a past experience, our brain may activate related memory pathways. This overlap can lead to that strange feeling of having already lived through the moment. Interestingly, déjà vu is not just limited to familiar sights or sounds. It can also encompass emotions and sensations. For example, you might feel a wave of warmth when you visit a beach similar to one you visited during childhood, igniting memories you did not consciously recall. This connection between past experiences and present moments highlights the intricate web of memories our minds weave. There are also cultural interpretations of déjà vu. In some beliefs, it is seen as a glimpse into a parallel universe or a sign that one's life is following a predestined path. You might hear stories of individuals feeling a profound sense of familiarity, not just with places or people, but with their own life choices. These narratives add another layer to the déjà vu experience, showcasing the diverse ways people understand this phenomenon. Current research continues to unravel the mysteries of déjà vu. Some studies suggest that it may be more frequent in people who are highly imaginative or who possess vivid dreams. This connection raises intriguing questions about the nature of perception and its experiential elements. When you consider how dreams often seem real while we are in them, it can shift our understanding of reality and memory. Moreover, the experience of déjà vu can vary among individuals. For some, it is a fleeting moment, an instant that quickly fades as they move on. For others, it can linger, provoking deeper introspection about life's paths and experiences. This variability suggests that our psychological and emotional state at the time of experiencing déjà vu could play a significant role in how we interpret the sensation. Researchers also analyze the role of age and life experiences in déjà vu occurrences. It tends to peak in younger adults and subsequently diminish with age. One theory proposes that as our lives become more routine and structured, there are fewer novel experiences for the brain to encode, potentially reducing the frequency of déjà vu. As we delve into the subject of déjà vu, it's essential to consider its broader implications. It invites us to ponder the relationship between memory and identity, suggesting that our reality is influenced by what we remember and how we perceive the present. Each experience of déjà vu acts as a reminder of the complexity of our minds, encouraging us to explore our personal histories and how they shape our understanding of the world. In conclusion, déjà vu is a multifaceted phenomenon that intrigues scientists and philosophers alike. Its roots in memory, perception, and cultural interpretation offer insight into the human experience. Whether viewed through a psychological lens or a philosophical one, the curious feeling of déjà vu enriches our understanding of consciousness and the intricate workings of our minds. So next time you find yourself saying, "I have been here before," take a moment to appreciate the strange and wonderful journey of memory that has brought you to that very moment once again. The placebo effect is a fascinating phenomenon that showcases the power of the mind in influencing the body. It's a reminder of the intricate connection between our thoughts, beliefs, and physical health. Imagine this. In a clinical trial, two groups of patients are given a pill to test the effectiveness of a new medication. However, one group receives the actual drug, while the other is given a sugar pill, known as a placebo. Surprisingly, many individuals in the placebo group report real improvements in their symptoms despite not taking any active ingredient. This highlights a remarkable truth. Our minds can significantly impact our physical well-being through belief alone. At first glance, it may seem puzzling. How could an inert substance with no medicinal properties lead to genuine changes in health? The answer lies in the brain's complex mechanisms. When a person believes they are receiving treatment, their brain can initiate a cascade of biochemical responses. Neurotransmitters such as endorphins, which are natural pain relievers, and dopamine, associated with feelings of pleasure, may be released, creating real sensations of improvement. In medical settings, the placebo effect has been extensively studied. It offers insights into various conditions, ranging from pain relief to psychological disorders. For instance, in studies on chronic pain, patients who believe they are receiving effective pain management report significant decreases in discomfort. In some cases, individuals experience pain relief comparable to those receiving actual medication, underscoring the mind's capacity to influence how we experience these sensations. Consider the power of expectation. When individuals enter a treatment environment, they carry with them a set of expectations based on their beliefs about the effectiveness of the treatment. If a doctor conveys confidence in a particular therapy, the patient may already start to feel better. The brain interprets this positive expectancy as a cue for healing. This link between expectation and outcomes does not just apply to medication. It extends to various healing practices, including physical therapy and acupuncture, demonstrating that our beliefs are active players in the recovery process. Cultural context also plays a substantial role in the placebo effect. Different cultures have varying beliefs about health and healing, which can alter the effectiveness of a placebo. In some cultures, traditional remedies and practices might enhance the power of a placebo. For example, if someone believes a herbal tea will soothe their digestive issues, the very act of consuming it may trigger significant calming effects within their body due to their cultural upbringing and faith in the remedy. Even the language we use can shape outcomes in the medical field. Researchers have found that phrases used by health professionals can affect patient responses. Words imbued with positivity and assurance can boost patient confidence, leading to better outcomes. This phenomenon highlights the importance of communication in healthcare, where the healer's words, gestures, and even their demeanor can play an integral role in the treatment process. Furthermore, the placebo effect can sometimes elicit surprising findings within clinical trials. When participants are informed about the nature of a placebo, they may consciously or subconsciously guide their expectations accordingly. This prompts researchers to explore deeper into the ethical parameters of placebo use in studies. It raises questions about informed consent and whether individuals should always be made aware if they are receiving a placebo, emphasizing the importance of transparency in healthcare. Interestingly, belief isn't limited to external treatments. Our internal perceptions can shape our experiences. For example, athletes often use visualization techniques to enhance performance. By imagining themselves successfully completing their event, they create an expectation that can translate into real results on the field. This same mentality can be applied to how we view our health and well-being. Practicing positive thinking or affirmations may enhance our well-being, showcasing another layer of the mind-body connection. In exploring the placebo effect, we see intersections with various psychological practices, such as cognitive behavioral therapy. This approach focuses on altering negative thought patterns that can contribute to anxiety, depression, and various health issues. The therapeutic process promotes a sense of agency and control, empowering individuals to take charge of their health outcomes. Ultimately, the placebo effect serves as a reminder of the remarkable capabilities of our minds. It suggests that faith and belief can trigger profound healing, even in the absence of traditional medical intervention. By understanding and harnessing this potential, we can cultivate a mindset that supports and fosters health and well-being. In a world where science and medicine continually advance, the placebo effect stands out as a unique bridge connecting the realms of psychology and physiology. It illuminates the extraordinary power of belief in shaping our health and highlights an essential avenue for therapy that transcends mere medications, fostering a holistic approach to healing that is increasingly acknowledged in clinical practice. As we continue to unveil the complexities of the mind-body connection, the placebo effect remains a testament to the profound influence that thoughts and beliefs can wield over our physical states. Whether through intentional practices, a positive outlook, or a supportive healthcare environment, the key takeaway is that we possess an innate capacity for resilience and healing, often ignited by the simplest of beliefs. Through understanding this remarkable phenomenon, we can empower ourselves and others to navigate the pathways of health with a renewed sense of hope and possibility. Imagine you're in the midst of a peaceful moment, perhaps enjoying a warm cup of tea or quietly reading a book. Suddenly, you feel that familiar buzz in your pocket or on your table. You reach for your phone, excited at the thought of a new message, only to find that nothing has come through. This phenomenon is known as phantom phone vibrations, and it's more common than you might think. Phantom phone vibrations occur when individuals believe their phones are vibrating, but in reality, they are not. This occurrence can be puzzling and even unsettling for many. Researchers believe that over 80% of smartphone users have experienced this sensation at some point. So, why does this happen? Let's explore the psychology and physiology behind this intriguing phenomenon. One reason people might experience phantom vibrations is the very nature of our brain and body connection. When we use our phones regularly, we become conditioned to associate certain sensations with the device. It becomes a part of our daily life routine. The anticipation of notifications, beeps, and vibrations creates a strong neural link in our brains. This constant engagement means that sometimes our brain may trick us into thinking a sound or vibration has occurred, even when it hasn't. Furthermore, the design and features of smartphones can contribute to this sensory mirage. Vibration motors in phones create a very distinctive feeling that we come to recognize well. Just as one might feel a muscle twitch involuntarily, the brain can interpret other stimuli, such as muscle contractions or even our clothes moving, as a phone's vibration. The psychological aspect is key here. Our minds are incredibly powerful and often operate on patterns we've learned over time. Stress and anxiety can also amplify this phenomenon. In our fast-paced world, many individuals find themselves constantly checking their devices for updates, fearing they may miss something important. This heightened state of awareness can lead to the brain interpreting normal bodily sensations as phone vibrations. The constant connectivity means our minds stay alert, anticipating notifications, which can blur the line between reality and perception. Another factor to consider is the social environment. We often see others checking their phones during gatherings or outings. This behavior becomes contagious, as our awareness of their actions may trigger our own anticipation of notification. The presence of others engaging with their devices can heighten our sensitivity to our own phones, making us more likely to perceive phantom vibrations, especially in social settings. Additionally, the frequency with which individuals check their phones can play a role in how often they experience this sensation. Those who are more glued to their devices may find themselves catching phantom vibrations more often than those who set conscious boundaries regarding their phone usage. Setting aside time away from technology allows for a clearer mental state, where the brain can recalibrate its responses. Curiously, the phenomenon is not limited to phones alone. Some individuals report experiencing similar sensations with other communication devices, or even everyday objects. For example, you might feel a flicker of a vibration from your pocket, when in fact, it's just the fabric of your pants shifting. Awareness of our surroundings can become easily misinterpreted when our minds are programmed to remain vigilant. It's also worth noting that age may influence the frequency of experiencing phantom phone vibrations. Younger individuals who have grown up alongside technology may have trained their brains in a way that predisposes them to such occurrences. As technology evolves and becomes more integrated into daily life, thoughts and behaviors around it may evolve, leading future generations to either experience this phenomenon more or less frequently. Interestingly, various studies have attempted to understand the reasons behind phantom vibrations and people's experiences with them. Some findings suggest that certain smartphones may make users more susceptible based solely on their features or design. Models that provide less tactile feedback may lead people to interpret subtle movements differently, all contributing to the experience of phantom sensations. This brings us to an important point. While the experience itself can be amusing, it also provides insight into how intimately we interact with technology. Our devices have become extensions of ourselves, even leading to moments where we are influenced by their presence without them actually being present. Being aware of this phenomenon might even prompt some to establish healthier relationships with their devices. For example, practicing mindfulness and being present can lessen the psychological burdens linked to constant notifications. Engaging in non-digital activities can provide a balanced approach to technology in our lives, allowing us to cherish moments that don't revolve around our phones. Next time you experience that subtle buzz when your phone is silent, it might just be your brain playing tricks on you. Recognizing this can lead to a lighter-hearted view of the situation. Rather than fret over missing an important message, it can become a reminder of the increasingly complex interaction we have with our smartphones, innovation. In the end, phantom phone vibrations offer a fascinating glimpse into the interplay between technology and the human mind. Understanding this experience invites an exploration of our interactions with smartphones. So the next time you feel that familiar jolt, take a moment to chuckle at the wonder of how our brains work and how deeply integrated technology has become in our daily lives. It is a curious blend of anticipation, routine, and perhaps just a little misperception that ignites the sensations we experience. Yawning is a universal behavior, one that transcends age, culture, and even species. We've all experienced that moment in a meeting or during a quiet afternoon when someone lets out a long stretch of breath, prompting several others to follow suit. But why is this phenomenon contagious? Let's embark on a journey to explore the reasons behind these collective yawns and what they reveal about our brain's intricate working. At its core, yawning serves various biological purposes. It's commonly associated with the body's need to increase oxygen intake or cool the brain. When we yawn, our mouths open wide, and we take in a deep breath, allowing a surge of fresh air to fill our lungs. This process not only enhances oxygen supply, but also promotes alertness by waking up our bodily systems. However, the contagious aspect of yawning is particularly fascinating. Research indicates that it extends beyond mere biology and taps into the more complex realm of social behavior. When you see someone yawn, your brain is wired to react. This reaction is largely believed to arise from a phenomenon known as social mirroring, where individuals unconsciously imitate the behaviors of those around them. Imagine being in a cozy room with friends, chatting and laughing. Suddenly, one of your friends yawns, and almost immediately, you find yourself responding with a yawn of your own. This synchronization of yawning may stem from our evolutionary past, where group cohesion was essential for survival. Just as animals in the wild synchronize their activities for effective hunting or avoidance of predators, early humans might have benefited from a communal state of alertness fostered by synchronized yawning. But the question arises, why do some people yawn upon seeing others yawn, while others remain unaffected? Interestingly, studies have shown that empathy plays a significant role in this phenomenon. People who are more empathetic are generally more likely to yawn in response to others yawning. This suggests that yawning can serve as a non-verbal cue, signaling a need for collective attention or alertness. Furthermore, it's not just humans who share this contagious yawn. Various animals echo this behavior, including primates, dogs, and even certain birds. This suggests that yawning's contagious nature may be a deeply ingrained instinct, perhaps tied to social bonding in a broader sense. Imagine a pack of dogs resting together, and one of them yawns. It's not long before the rest join in. This collective action builds camaraderie and reinforces group dynamics, which are crucial for animals that rely on each other for safety and cooperation. The brain plays an integral role in this whole process. Research has identified specific areas in the brain that activate when we yawn, such as the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, which is linked to assessing social cues. This area helps us gauge the feelings of others and respond accordingly. When we observe someone yawn, our brains subconsciously register this action, prompting our own physical response. Interestingly, the act of yawning can also have psychological implications. It may function as a form of communication, reflecting our mental state. For instance, when you see someone yawn and then follow suit, it could indicate a shared sense of relaxation or even boredom in the environment. In this light, yawning transforms from a mere physical act into a reflection of our social interactions and emotional states. Yawning also appears to be influenced by situational contexts. For example, in environments that promote relaxation, like during a warm sunny day or while curled up on a couch, yawning becomes more prevalent. In contrast, high-energy environments, such as during an exciting sports game or a thrilling concert, may reduce the frequency of yawning. Moreover, cultural factors also shape how we perceive and respond to yawning. While some cultures view yawning as a sign of boredom or disrespect, others may see it as simply a natural part of being human. This variance in perception highlights the complexities of yawning as not just a physical act, but one deeply embedded within the fabric of our social interactions. In exploring the reasons behind yawning's contagious nature, we discover a blend of biology, psychology, and social dynamics. It serves as a fascinating reminder that many of our actions are interconnected, guiding us toward a shared human experience. As you navigate through life, take a moment to observe the yawns around you. You may find that they signal more than just a need to catch your breath. They resonate with our primal instincts, our relationships, and the invisible threads that bind us together. By understanding these threads a bit better, we gain insight not only into the simple act of yawning, but also into the intricate workings of human behavior. So the next time you see someone yawn, remember that you are part of an age-old dance of connection, a reminder of the shared experiences that unite us all. The mystery of blushing is one of those wonderfully intriguing aspects of human behavior that invites curiosity and wonder. Picture this. You're in a crowded room, someone compliments you, and suddenly you feel heat creeping up your neck and color in your cheeks. This involuntary reaction, known as blushing, can leave many people puzzled. So, what exactly causes this fascinating phenomenon? Blushing is most commonly linked to emotions, especially feelings of embarrassment or shyness. When you find yourself in a socially awkward situation, your body reacts. The brain sends signals that trigger a rush of adrenaline, increasing your heart rate and blood flow. This physiological response is a remnant of our ancestral past. Imagine our ancestors using their instinctual reactions to navigate complex social interactions. Blushing might have served as a non-verbal cue, communicating vulnerability or a need for acceptance within a tight-knit group. Interestingly, blushing is often considered a uniquely human trait. While many animals display various signs of fear or aggression, the human capacity to blush relates to our complex social structures. This reaction can indicate that an individual acknowledges a social blunder, showing remorse or humility. In a way, it signifies a level of self-awareness that is remarkably intricate. Our ability to manage and respond to social cues is tied to the evolution of communication and connection. Another fascinating aspect of blushing is its connection to physical sensitivity. The capillaries in our skin expand, allowing blood to flow more freely when we feel a rush of emotions. This doesn't just affect the face, but can also extend to other areas of the body, such as the chest, creating a physical experience that resonates with our emotional state. Moreover, blushing is not limited to embarrassment. It can occur in various situations. When someone receives unexpected praise, engages in flirtation, or feels proud, the body's response can encompass blushing. It's a testament to the intricacies of human emotions, as a simple compliment may unexpectedly evoke such a vivid physical response. Consider this: the next time you find yourself blushing, remember that you're experiencing a deeply human reaction that no words can adequately describe. It's a fleeting, yet powerful, experience that connects us to others, blending emotional states with an involuntary physiological response. Blushing can act as a bridge, fostering empathy between individuals. We may find comfort in sharing that moment of vulnerability, realizing we're all human and have been in similar situations. Culturally, blushing also plays a role in social interactions. In many societies, a blush can be perceived as a sign of kindness and humility. It can even evoke a sense of endearment from onlookers. Think about how blushing can soften the atmosphere in a conversation, diffusing tension and allowing for deeper, more genuine exchanges. This intersection of emotion and social connection reflects the beauty of human relationship. Research has shown that people who blush are often more trustworthy or likable. This may stem from the perception that blushing demonstrates honesty and vulnerability. In a world where forging connections matters, this little flush of color on the cheeks can be a pleasant reminder of our shared humanity and emotional depth. Moreover, our experiences with blushing are often influenced by societal expectations and personal experiences. Some individuals may blush more readily than others based on their life experiences, personality, and environment. Someone who has grown up in a supportive, accepting environment may feel less prone to blushing than someone who experienced critical or harsh social dynamics. This reaction, therefore, isn't merely biological. It carries with it a component of personal history and emotional resilience. In addition, how we perceive our own blushing plays a significant role. Some may feel a strong sense of embarrassment when they blush, while others shrug it off as a natural reaction. This subjective response shapes our social interactions and how we connect with others. The next time you notice that warmth in your cheeks, consider the narrative that accompanies it. It may tell a story of embarrassment, but it also tells a story of connection, vulnerability, and the human experience. Interestingly, various studies suggest that blushing might have even evolved as a way to foster social cohesion. By displaying our emotions through blushing, we signal to others that we are not a threat. This might encourage cooperation and understanding within groups. As social beings, our ability to connect and empathize is vital for our survival and well-being. So, the next time you experience this natural reaction, take a moment to reflect on its significance. It's not just a change in skin color. It's an unexpected dance of emotion, physiology, and social context. Blushing encapsulates our humanity, a reminder of shared experiences, emotions, and the subtle complexity of our interactions with ourselves and others. In a world that often emphasizes stoicism, it's the blush that allows us to reveal our true selves, even if only for a fleeting moment. This simple yet profound physiological response invites us to embrace our vulnerability, fostering deeper connections and understanding in an intricate web of human relationships. As it warms our cheeks, it serves not just as a response, but a gentle reminder of the beauty found within our shared stories and emotions. Sleep paralysis is a fascinating and intriguing phenomenon that occurs during the transitional state between wakefulness and sleep. It often takes the form of a temporary inability to move or speak, which can last for just a few seconds or up to a couple of minutes. This experience can be quite startling and unsettling for those who encounter it. Most people who have experienced sleep paralysis describe a feeling of being awake but unable to move their body. Imagine lying comfortably in bed, fully aware of your surroundings, yet completely immobilized. During this unusual state, individuals may also experience vivid hallucinations. These can range from shadowy figures standing at the foot of the bed to intense sensations of pressure on the chest, making the experience even more frightening. It's not uncommon for people to report feeling a weight pressing down on them, as if someone is sitting on their chest, which might invoke primal feelings of fear and helplessness. Many cultures throughout history have sought to explain the strange occurrences associated with sleep paralysis. In some traditions, it is referred to as the work of supernatural entities or spirits. The term old hag syndrome is derived from folklore, where it was believed that an evil witch or hag would sit on the chest of a sleeping person, causing them to feel paralyzed and terror-stricken. This notion suggests that the fear generated by sleep paralysis has tantalized human imaginations for centuries. The scientific explanation for sleep paralysis is rooted in the sleep cycle, particularly during the rapid eye movement, or REM stage. REM sleep is known for intense dreaming, but it also features a natural paralysis of the body's voluntary muscles, preventing us from acting out our dreams. Occasionally, this paralysis can mistakenly overlap with wakefulness, leading to the disconcerting experience of being awake mentally, but trapped in a paralyzed body. While it may seem alarming, sleep paralysis is a common occurrence. Studies have estimated that up to 8% of the general population may experience it at least once in their lifetime. Certain factors can increase the likelihood of experiencing sleep paralysis, including sleep deprivation, irregular sleep patterns, and high stress levels. Individuals who sleep on their backs are also more prone to having these episodes. Though it may be a bizarre experience, sleep paralysis can also lead to some extraordinary insights. Many people report heightened awareness of their dream state, providing a unique perspective on the mind's creative capability. The combination of consciousness and vivid hallucinations may lead some to explore their inner thoughts, fears, and emotions in ways that they might not typically consider. Interestingly, there are also artistic expressions and stories inspired by the experience of sleep paralysis. Throughout history, various artists, filmmakers, and writers have drawn from the depths of this phenomenon, portraying the feelings of fear, isolation, and confusion. For instance, a painting might depict a dreamer entwined with shadowy figures, encapsulating the experience's intensity. In literature, you may find characters grappling with their reality as they confront the unknown during moments of immobility. Additionally, understanding sleep paralysis opens a window into the science of sleep and the workings of the human brain. It illustrates the delicate balance our bodies maintain while transitioning between different states of consciousness. The exploration into these realms shows just how complex and enigmatic our experience of reality and perception truly is. While the experience itself can be distressing, it's important to remember that sleep paralysis is not harmful. Knowing that it is a common phenomenon can provide comfort to those who experience it. If you find yourself frequently visiting this state, it may be beneficial to explore relaxation techniques, ensure that you maintain a regular sleep schedule, and create a calming sleep environment. In summary, sleep paralysis is a captivating intersection of the conscious and unconscious mind. By examining this unique state, we gain not only an understanding of sleep dynamics, but also a glimpse into the mysteries that lie within our own psyche. As intriguing as it is perplexing, sleep paralysis serves as a reminder of how our bodies and minds interact in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. The next time you find yourself at the edge of sleep, remember this bizarre phenomenon and the stories it has woven into the fabric of human experience. Have you ever met someone new, engaged in a lively conversation, and then later completely blanked on their name? This is a common experience that many of us face, and it opens a fascinating door into how our memory works. Understanding why we forget names can help us navigate our social lives more effectively. The first thing to consider is the sheer number of names we encounter in our daily lives. Think about it. In a week, you might meet dozens of new people, each with a different name. Our brains are faced with the challenge of processing all this information at once. This influx can be overwhelming, and our memory system can easily become overloaded. Moreover, when we meet someone for the first time, we are usually engaged in a conversation and focused on many elements simultaneously, such as the person's facial expressions, body language, and the context of the interaction. Our attention is divided, which makes it harder for our brains to encode the name into memory. Research has shown that when we are distracted or not fully invested in the moment, our ability to remember details diminishes. When someone introduces themselves, we might be caught up in thoughts about what to say next, or analyzing the conversation itself, leaving very little room for us to remember that crucial piece of information, their name. Another reason we might forget names is the lack of meaningful connection. Names are often just sounds to us, without context or significance. If we meet someone at a party during a casual chat, their name might not stick in our minds because we haven't yet attached any meaning or personal connection to it. Contrast this with a situation where someone shares a memorable story about their name or a unique reason behind it. That personal connection creates a narrative that makes it easier for our brains to latch onto the name and remember it later. Also, consider the role of age. Research indicates that, as we age, our memory can decline. Younger individuals often have more neural plasticity, meaning their brains can form new connections more easily. The natural decline in cognitive function can make it harder for older adults to remember new names. This isn't just about losing the ability to remember names, though. It's a reflection of the broader changes occurring in the brain over time. Additionally, stress and anxiety can hinder our memory retention. If we find ourselves in a social setting where we feel out of place or anxious about making a good impression, our brains can go into overdrive, causing us to become forgetful. Under stress, the body releases cortisol, a hormone that can cloud thinking and impair memory. When we're relaxed, our brains function more optimally, making it easier to process and recall information, including names. One interesting aspect of memory retrieval is the tip of the tongue phenomenon. This is when you feel you know a name, but can't quite retrieve it from memory. This occurs due to a partial retrieval failure. You're on the verge of remembering, but the right connection isn't fully formed. Often, this can lead to frustration, and the harder we try to remember, the more elusive it becomes. Almost humorously, this phenomenon highlights how memory works. Sometimes, the harder we push, the further we get from our goal. To combat forgetfulness, there are strategies we can employ when meeting new people. For instance, repeat the person's name during the conversation. Using their name a few times not only reinforces your memory, but also strengthens the connection between the two of you. Additionally, associating their name with something familiar or creating a mental image can help. For example, if you meet someone named Rose, you might picture a blooming rose flower. This clever association can make it easier to recall the name later. Another useful tip is to take mental snapshots. As you shake hands and introduce yourself, take a moment to absorb the entire image, the person's face, their smile, and the environment. This can create a fuller sensory experience in your memory that makes it much easier to recall the person's name later. Finally, embrace the inevitable. Forgetting names occasionally happens to everyone. Instead of stressing about naming mishaps, approach new introductions with curiosity and openness. Accept that memory sometimes fails us, and don't hesitate to ask for a name again if you forget. Most people appreciate the effort and understand that memory lapses occur. In summary, forgetting names is a common puzzle we all encounter. It highlights the complexity of human memory, the impact of external factors like context and focus, and, at times, our own cognitive limits. By practicing strategies to strengthen our recall, we can improve our memory for names and enhance our social connections, making every new introduction a little less daunting. Left-handedness is a fascinating aspect of human biology and behavior, often shrouded in mystery and intrigue. It's typically estimated that around 10% of the world's population is left-handed, raising questions about why this trait is so relatively rare. The discussion of handedness encompasses not just our physical capabilities, but also touches on genetics, brain function, and even cultural perspectives. To begin understanding left-handedness, it's essential to explore the role of genetics. Research indicates that there might be a hereditary component influencing whether someone is left-handed. If one parent is left-handed, the probability of a child being left-handed increases, suggesting an intriguing genetic link. However, it is not a straightforward inheritance pattern like eye color or hair color. Instead, handedness appears to be determined by a complex interplay of multiple genes, some of which are still being identified and understood. In addition to genetics, brain lateralization is a critical factor. Handedness is associated with the way brain functions are divided between the two hemispheres. In most right-handed individuals, the left hemisphere, which is associated with language and fine motor skills, is dominant. For left-handed individuals, the story can be quite different. Brain scans indicate that left-handers often show a more varied distribution of language processing across both hemispheres. This peculiarity may contribute to the creative and artistic talents that many left-handed people exhibit, as the right hemisphere is known for being more intuitive and imaginative. Culturally, left-handedness has been viewed in various ways throughout history. Many societies have held misconceptions about left-handed people, often associating left-handedness with negativity. The very word sinister derives from the Latin word for left, tor. In earlier civilizations, being left-handed was often regarded with suspicion, and left-handers faced stigma or were forced to conform to right-handed norms. However, in contemporary culture, attitudes have shifted significantly. Left-handedness is now widely accepted, celebrated even, with left-handed athletes and artists gaining recognition for their unique talents and perspectives. Moreover, left-handedness can influence practical tasks that are often designed with right-handed users in mind. For example, scissors, knives, and various tools are typically designed for right-handed individuals, posing challenges for the left-handed population. Many left-handers learn to adapt by using their right hand for certain tasks or finding specialized left-handed tools. This adaptability can foster a sense of resourcefulness and creativity, further enhancing their problem-solving skills. Interestingly, the prevalence of left-handedness varies across different cultures and geographic locations. In some societies, left-handedness is more common, perhaps due to cultural practices that embrace different modes of thinking and functioning. Some researchers suggest that environments encouraging creativity and lateral thinking may produce a higher percentage of left-handed individuals, showcasing how social systems can influence biological traits. Another captivating aspect of left-handedness is its connection to certain cognitive differences. Studies show that left-handed individuals may have advantages in specific areas, such as divergent thinking, a skill that fosters creativity and innovation. For instance, artists, musicians, and writers who are left-handed often bring a unique flair to their work. It is well known that famous figures like Leonardo da Vinci and Jimi Hendrix explored their crafts with distinctively innovative approaches, underscoring the idea that being left-handed may be linked to certain creative advantages. The divergent thinking advantage of left-handedness may be tied to the neural wiring in the brain. With more pathways connecting the right and left hemispheres, left-handers could potentially harness insights from both sides of the brain more fluidly. This could lead to holistic approaches in problem-solving, where different perspectives are integrated to create something entirely new. While genetics and brain function offer scientific explanations for left-handedness, it remains a subject of ongoing research and curiosity. Each study delves deeper into the intricacies of how and why handedness exists as it does today, exploring the evolutionary aspects of this phenomena. Some theories suggest that left-handedness may have conferred an advantage in specific contexts, such as combat, where being unpredictable could be beneficial. In some, left-handedness is not merely a quirk of biology, but a complex interplay of genetics, brain function, cultural influences, and environmental factors. It illuminates the diverse tapestry of human experience and highlights how variation among individuals enriches our collective existence. Whether through art, sport, or daily life, left-handed individuals bring unique perspectives that can inspire creativity and challenge conventional norms. It truly is a fascinating journey of exploration into the human mind and body, showcasing the endless possibilities that arise from our differences. As we journey through life, it often feels as though time accelerates as the years pass by. The days, months, and even years seem to slip away much more quickly than when we were younger. Have you ever noticed how a summer break seemed to stretch on forever when you were a child, while weeks can feel like mere moments now? This phenomenon has intrigued scientists, psychologists, and philosophers alike, prompting an exploration of the reasons our perception of time accelerates as we grow older. To begin understanding this curious experience of time, we can look into how our brains process and perceive time. One theory suggests that as we accumulate more experiences, our brains create a sort of mental library to reference those experiences. When we are young, nearly every moment is filled with new and novel experiences. Each birthday, school milestone, and family vacation adds to a wealth of memories. These unique moments stand out vividly in our minds, making time feel expansive. However, as we age, life often becomes more predictable and routine. The experiences that once felt new and exciting become familiar paths we traverse regularly. Going to work, running errands, and engaging in daily routines can seem repetitive. This repetition creates fewer unique memories, and as a result, fewer distinct markers of time passing. In essence, less novelty leads to a more compressed memory of time, giving the illusion that it has accelerated. Moreover, the way we perceive time differs based on our emotional experiences. Psychological research indicates that emotional arousal can significantly affect how we perceive durations. Exciting moments, such as a thrilling roller coaster ride or a captivating concert, create an emotional imprint that makes us feel as though time has slowed down while living through those moments. Conversely, mundane or stressful routines, often characteristic of adult life, might pass by in a blur, reinforcing that sense of time speeding by. There is also a biological perspective worth considering. As we age, our brain's internal clock may change. One intriguing idea is that the rate at which we process information slows down with age. Children seem to take in the world more slowly, registering more details about their surroundings and experiences. This detailed processing leads to a rich tapestry of memories, which makes time appear elongated. As adults, we may scan our environment more quickly, focusing on the essentials while ignoring finer details. This shift in cognitive processing could contribute to the perception that time is slipping away. An interesting analogy can be drawn from the way we perceive time in different situations. Imagine attending a wedding filled with laughter, dancing, and heartfelt speeches. Those hours may feel like minutes when immersed in joy. Now think of a long work meeting that seems to stretch endlessly. Within the same span of time, our emotional engagement can either elongate or contract our experience. Over the years, as emotional engagements become less vibrant in our daily routines, our perception of time may shift, leading to that sense of acceleration. Another crucial aspect relates to our concept of time itself. When we are young, a year represents a significant fraction of our entire lives. For a 10-year-old, 1 year is 10% of their lifetime, a considerable portion. In contrast, for a 50-year-old, 1 year only represents 2% of their total life experience. As our perspective changes in this way, the relative significance of each passing year decreases, contributing to a sensation of time speeding up. Cultural factors also play a role in shaping our perception of time. Many cultures emphasize productivity and efficiency, which can create an urgency to accomplish more within the same day. This pressure can make time feel scarce, leading to a sense of rushing through life. In societies where leisure and reflection are valued, individuals may develop a different relationship with time, allowing them to experience it more fully. Interestingly, the ability to focus and be present in each moment can make a significant difference. Engaging fully in activities, practicing mindfulness, or even embarking on a new hobby can help create those memorable experiences that stand out in our minds. Shifting our focus to the present instead of the future or past can enrich our time perception, allowing us to savor each moment as it comes. In conclusion, the experience of time speeding up as we grow older can be attributed to various psychological and neurological factors. Our accumulation of experiences, emotional engagement, cognitive processing, and cultural influences all contribute to this intriguing phenomenon. By understanding this dynamic, we can reflect on our relationship with time and recognize the importance of seeking out novel experiences and being present in our lives. Embracing each moment can enrich our lives, offering a chance to slow down and appreciate the beauty and complexity of our journey through time. Itching is a sensation that everyone experiences at some point in their lives. It can range from a mild annoyance to a distraction that feels impossible to ignore. Have you ever noticed that the more you focus on an itch, the more intense it seems to become? To understand itching, we first need to know what triggers this peculiar sensation. Itching, or pruritus, as it is scientifically known, is a feeling of discomfort that prompts the urge to scratch. The itch can originate from various sources, such as insect bites, allergies, or skin conditions like eczema. It's a fascinating interplay of the nervous system and our skin. When your skin is irritated, special receptors in your skin activate, sending messages to your brain through your nerves. This is the body's way of signaling that something is amiss. For example, if you accidentally brush against a stinging nettle while hiking, the tiny hairs on the plant inject a substance that causes irritation. Your skin recognizes this discomfort and sends signals that culminate in an itchy sensation, prompting you to scratch the area. But here is where it gets interesting. Scratching often exacerbates the issue. The immediate relief from the act of scratching can be satisfying, providing momentary pleasure, but it can lead to the opposite effect. When you scratch, you may inadvertently cause more irritation to the skin. This triggers more nerve endings, resulting in a cycle of scratching that can escalate the sensation of itchiness. Let's delve deeper into the science behind this phenomenon. The nervous system plays a significant role in how we experience itching. There are two types of nerve fibers involved in prickly, painful sensations and others that transmit the sensation of itching. The very act of scratching pulls one type of nerve fiber into play, while it simultaneously activates the pathways for itch, leading to a paradoxical scenario where what feels good in the moment can, in fact, worsen the situation. Moreover, emotions can play a considerable role in how we experience this sensation. Stress or anxiety can heighten the feeling of itchiness, while triggering behaviors that lead one to scratch more frequently. This explains why some individuals suffering from conditions like eczema or psoriasis often find themselves in a frustrating cycle of scratching due to emotional distress. The body also has a fascinating way of releasing chemicals during the scratching process. When you start to scratch, your body releases endorphins, the feel-good hormones. This is why scratching can feel pleasurable in a way, but it's also a double-edged sword. Over time, the skin can become more inflamed, and scratching can damage the skin barrier, which leads to further irritation and potentially even infection. So, what can you do to break this cycle? Understanding that the itch-scratch cycle can be a self-perpetuating loop is the first step. For example, instead of scratching, applying a cool compress to the affected area may provide relief without leading to more irritation. This way, you can soothe the area without deeper consequences. There are also moisturizing creams and lotions, specifically designed to not only alleviate irritation, but to help maintain skin hydration, essentially creating a barrier against triggers. Another aspect to keep in mind is the role of distractions. Finding activities that engage your mind or hands can pull your attention away from the itch. This might include reading a book, watching a captivating show, or engaging in a hobby that requires your focus. Interestingly, there are also some experimental therapies that are being researched to help those who suffer from chronic itch conditions. From nerve blocks to cognitive behavioral therapy, new insights are being developed to help manage the sensations and find ways to cope without falling into the cycle of scratching. In summary, itching is a complex and deep-seated mechanism rooted in how our body responds to irritants and triggers in the environment. It is a sensation that can create a powerful urge to scratch, despite the reality that scratching may lead to more discomfort. Understanding the processes at play can empower individuals to manage this sensation more effectively. Through knowledge and the right coping strategies, it is possible to navigate the world of itching with more ease, embracing a proactive rather than reactive approach to this fascinating aspect of human experience. In every household across the world, there exists an age-old mystery that has puzzled parents, children, and laundry enthusiasts alike. It is a curious phenomenon that unfolds within the confines of laundry rooms, basements, and washing machines. Yes, we are talking about the enigma of the missing socks. Where do they go? How do they vanish into thin air, seemingly without a trace? Join us as we embark on a journey to uncover this peculiar mystery. Imagine it. You toss a fresh load of laundry into the washer, a mix of vibrant colors and cozy fabrics. You may have a favorite pair of socks. Perhaps they are bright red or covered in playful patterns. A perfect match for your mood. You place them into the machine with care, confident that they will emerge clean, fresh, and ready to wear. But when the laundry cycle is complete and you reach into the drum, the harsh reality hits you. One sock is missing, nowhere to be found. This happens to countless individuals. According to some estimates, it is said that the average person could lose between 1 and 2 socks per laundry cycle. With millions of loads of laundry being done each day, we can only imagine the magnitude of socks lost each year. But where do they all go? One of the most popular theories suggests that socks enter a parallel universe, a secret realm where the lost items of our world congregate. This whimsical idea has captured the imagination of many, painting a picture of socks living a vibrant and adventurous life just out of our reach. Perhaps they are enjoying a carnival, dancing under the stars, or embarking on quests for freedom and excitement in this alternate dimension. After all, one can only wonder what kind of tales they would tell if they could speak. However, venturing into more practical explanations, one explanation involves the laundry machines themselves. Washing machines can be baffling mechanical beasts, after all. In many front-loading washers, socks can easily slip into the small crevices or compartments that are difficult to access. They can get lodged in the drum, stuck against the door seal, or even make their way into the drainage system, never to be retrieved again. This mechanical maze can create ample hiding places for those elusive socks. Another common occurrence happens during the process of folding. How many times have we hastily folded laundry, distracted by the latest news, a chat with a loved one, or the rising laundry pile? In a rush, it is easy to misplace a sock within the vast landscape of the laundry basket, dropping it into the floor, couch, or even behind furniture. Before we realize that we have been distracted, that one lone sock has set off on its own journey, lost amidst the clutter of life. Let's not forget the laundry basket itself. In many homes, the basket is a chaotic confluence of clothing items. It can become an overflowing pile of colors, fabrics, and textures, making it easy for groups of socks to become separated. Sometimes, one sock may cling tightly to the other, but when it comes time to pull them apart for washing, only one may make the cut. The other remains tucked away, hiding among the other garments awaiting laundering. Perhaps some agile household pets play a role in this sock saga too. Cats and dogs possess an innate curiosity and adventurous spirit that often lead them to raid laundry baskets. Who hasn't witnessed a curious canine prancing around with a sock dangling from its mouth, or a feline batting socks around, as if they were the newest toy. These furry friends can easily cause mischief that extends into the realm of laundry, swiping socks when nobody is looking. In some humorous tales, people joke about the idea that socks simply grow legs and walk away. After all, many of us have had that nagging feeling that socks possess a mind of their own. They wander off, either to explore new corners of the home or to visit the neighboring laundry rooms. This fanciful thought keeps our imaginations running wild, as we wonder if we might one day find them in surprising locations, far from our usual laundry haunts. Now, it's time to consider the psychology of laundry itself. The chore of doing laundry can feel tedious, and as such, we often approach it on autopilot mode. Perhaps in this perceived sameness, socks become interchangeable, blending into a sea of fabric where distinguishing one from another can lead to errors. It is easy for a sock to slip through the cracks of daily life when our focus is diverted elsewhere. Moreover, the phenomenon of mismatched socks has sparked a revolution in modern fashion. Many individuals have embraced the eccentricity of donning intentionally mismatched pairs. This practice has led to the rise of unique sock designs that celebrate individuality and self-expression. Even though some socks may have gone missing, the remaining pairs often tell their own stories, showcasing the fun and creativity within everyday attire. While we may never completely decipher the mystery of the missing socks, part of the joy lies in the stories and conversations that stem from it. The Great Sock Disappearance continues to be a source of laughter, creativity, and camaraderie, as families and communities bond over their shared frustrations and whimsical theories. So the next time you find yourself short a sock, remember, whether they have ventured into another universe or simply got stuck in the washing machine, the mystery adds a sprinkle of magic to our everyday lives. After all, it's the small things that weave themselves into the fabric of our shared experiences, reminding us that even the ordinary can hold unexpected wonders. Cats have captivated humans for centuries, enchanting us with their playful antics and graceful movements. One of the most intriguing aspects of a cat's behavior is its purring. This gentle, melodious sound serves as a hallmark of feline companionship. But have you ever wondered what lies behind this soothing sound? Let's dive deeper into the world of cats and uncover the science and speculation surrounding why they purr. Purring is often perceived as a sign of contentment. When you cuddle your furry friend on the couch and it lets out a soft rumble, it seems they are telling you how happy they are in your presence. However, the reality is nuanced. Research suggests that cats purr for various reasons, not just when they are content. One of the primary reasons cats purr is communication. Kittens begin to purr when they are just a few days old. This sound helps them communicate with their mother, signaling that they are comfortable and content while nursing. It is a way for them to express their needs while fostering a strong bond with their mother. As they grow, this communication method evolves, but the underlying principle remains. Adults also purr to communicate with their human companions or other feline friends. Another fascinating aspect of purring is its potential healing properties. Numerous studies indicate that the frequency of a cat's purr, which typically lies between 25 and 150 Hz, may have therapeutic benefits. This range is not merely coincidental. It aligns with frequencies that promote healing in bones and soft tissues. Many veterinarians have recognized this phenomenon, noting that cats often purr when they are in pain or recovering from an injury. It is speculated that this soothing sound may help them manage discomfort and accelerate the healing process. However, healing is just one facet of purring. It also acts as a form of self-soothing. Imagine a stressful situation, perhaps during a visit to the veterinarian or when they are exposed to loud noises. In these scenarios, a cat may start to purr as a way to calm itself. Just like humans might hum a tune to ease their nerves, cats use purring as a coping mechanism. It's an instinctive behavior that helps them regain a sense of tranquility, much like a child might cling to a favorite blanket for comfort. What's noteworthy is that purring is not exclusive to domestic cats. Large felines, like cheetahs and cougars, also produce a similar sound. These wild cousins may not purr in the same context as house cats, primarily using it for communication or during social interactions. This suggests that purring might be an ancient trait retained over the ages as a way for felines, regardless of size, to connect with one another. As we explore the intrigue of purring further, consider the theory of purring as an evolutionary adaptation. In the wild, a purring cat might appear less threatening to potential prey or rivals. By producing a non-aggressive sound, they maintain a low profile, which could prove advantageous. It's easy to see how this trait would benefit solitary hunters, allowing them to coexist more peacefully with their surroundings, while also facilitating bonds with fellow felines. Moreover, cats are notoriously independent creatures, but that independence does not diminish their social needs. The act of purring often facilitates interactions with their human companions. Whether it's during a quiet evening spent together or while nestled in a warm lap, purring becomes a bridge between the cat and its human. The sound not only conveys comfort, but can also release feel-good hormones in humans, fostering a nurturing and harmonious relationship. It's essential to understand the nuances of purring. A cat that approaches you with a gentle purr may not always be basking in blissful contentment. It could also be seeking attention or trying to alleviate discomfort. Observing their body language becomes vital in interpreting these situations. A cat with a relaxed posture, kneading its paws and purring softly, is likely expressing happiness. In contrast, if the purring is accompanied by tense muscles or a tucked tail, it might be a sign of anxiety or distress. The allure of a cat's purr transcends its immediate significance as a simple sound. It's a complex interplay of communication, healing, comfort, evolution, and relationship building. Each time you hear that soothing rumble, it's a reminder of the intricate world of feline behavior and needs. As you unwind in the company of your feline friend, take a moment to appreciate the gentle purring that surrounds you. It's not just a comforting sound, it's a window into their world, filled with emotions, instincts, and a deep-seated need for connection. Cats continue to fascinate us, not just because of their playful antics or their elegant demeanor, but also because of the silent messages they convey through the gentle cadence of their purrs. In essence, the next time you hear a cat purring, remember that this soothing sound is a blend of many factors, signifying everything from communication to healing and comfort. It's a remarkable reminder of the bond we share with our feline companions and the depth of their world. So the next time you're nestled close, listen closely to the calming vibrations and take in the beauty of this unique feline phenomenon. Goosebumps, those tiny little bumps that rise on our skin, often have a curious way of appearing when we feel cold, encounter a surprise, or are touched by something deeply moving. But have you ever stopped to wonder why this fascinating reaction occurs? Our bodies are full of intricate systems, and the reaction that leads to goosebumps is just one of the many incredible responses we exhibit. The scientific name for the phenomenon that causes goosebumps is piloerection, which sounds much more complex than it truly is. This process is controlled by the autonomic nervous system, the part of our nervous system that operates involuntarily, without us needing to think about it. Our body reacts to various stimuli, both external and internal, and the formation of goosebumps is a clear indication of our body's instinctive responses. Imagine walking through a lush, dense forest on a cool autumn evening, the leaves whispering in the gentle breeze. Suddenly, a powerful gust sweeps through the trees, sending a shiver down your spine. In that moment, as your skin prickles with goosebumps, your body activates tiny muscles at the base of each hair follicle. These muscles contract, causing the hair to stand upright. This might seem like a simple reaction, but it has deep evolutionary roots. In our distant past, our ancestors were frequently exposed to elements and predators. When they felt cold or threatened, the rise of body hair helped to create an insulating layer of air, keeping them warm and making them appear larger in the face of danger. This protective mechanism helped in moments of vulnerability, enhancing their chances of survival. Though our human bodies have evolved, and our body hair is not as prominent anymore, this reflex remains encoded in our biology. Apart from cold, goosebumps are also a physical response to emotional excitement or awe. Picture yourself watching an incredibly inspiring performance, perhaps a musician pouring their heart into a song that resonates with you. As the melody climbs and the notes intensify, you might feel an overwhelming wave of emotion washing over you. Those goosebumps start to form as your body responds to this captivating experience. It is as though your skin is mirroring the beauty of the moment. This emotional reaction can trigger goosebumps because moments of intense pleasure, fear, or nostalgia stimulate the release of adrenaline. This hormone not only heightens our senses, but also engages the same nervous system pathways that trigger the piloerection process. As humans, we have the capacity to feel profoundly, and our physical responses, like goosebumps, often serve as reminders of the connections we share with art, nature, and each other. Think of a powerful movie scene where the climax builds and emotions boil over. When the hero overcomes a tremendous challenge or a heartfelt reunion takes place, you may find yourself with goosebumps creeping along your arms. This is your body physically echoing the thrill of the story being told, allowing you to engage on a deeper level. In fact, many musicians and storytellers consider these goosebumps as a sign that they are truly moving their audience. In addition to emotions and environmental triggers, different sensations can also evoke the goosebump response. A gentle caress or a significant touch can send ripples across your skin. Consider the moment when a kind friend embraces you tightly, or when you feel the comforting warmth of a loved one. These moments, steeped in connection and affection, can manifest as delightful goosebumps, reminding us of the depth and complexity of human relationships. Interestingly, the way we respond to stimuli that provoke goosebumps can vary from person to person. Some may find that certain songs or pieces of art give them more of an emotional thrill than others. One person's goosebump moment might come from a touching film score, while another might experience the same reaction during a captivating dance performance. This personal variation illustrates the unique way we each interpret and connect with the world around us. While the sensation of goosebumps might seem peculiar, it serves as a reminder of our shared humanity. It connects us to our evolutionary past, highlighting how we have adapted to both external conditions and the intricate tapestry of emotions we experience. Next time you feel those tingling bumps on your skin, take a moment to appreciate your body's remarkable ability to respond to the world. both in warmth and in wonder. In conclusion, the mystery of why our skin prickles with goosebumps is a tender intersection of biology, emotions, and our evolutionary journey. Whether it's the chill of a cool breeze, the thrill of a captivating narrative, or the warmth of a significant connection, goosebumps remind us of the vibrant life that pulses beneath our skin and the experiences that shape our existence. Every little rush of delight or thrill becomes part of our story, woven through with moments that inspire both awe and adventure. So the next time you feel those goosebumps, remember that you are connecting with something greater than yourself, a shared human experience that transcends time and space. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where you suddenly know the perfect word to express your thought, but despite your best efforts, it eludes you? This phenomenon is called the tip of the tongue effect. It is a curious aspect of our cognitive experience, where we can clearly sense that the word exists in our memory, yet we struggle to retrieve it at that critical moment. Imagine you are in a lively discussion about your favorite book when, out of nowhere, you realize that the author's name is just on the edge of your memory. You describe it as being on the tip of your tongue. You can visualize the cover of the book. You can even recall certain quotes from it. But the name of the author slips away like water through your fingers. This can be frustrating, especially when you want to impress your friends with your knowledge. The tip of the tongue effect can happen during any verbal task, and it is much more common than you might think. Studies suggest that it occurs frequently across all age groups, though it tends to be more prevalent among older adults. Researchers have learned a lot about this phenomenon, revealing insights into our memories and brain functions. Our brain is like a vast library, filled with countless volumes of information. Each word we know resides in its own unique section, filed away in our memory banks. When we think of a word, our brain activates that section, trying to retrieve it for us. But sometimes, it's as if the file is stuck and we cannot pull it out, no matter how hard we try. This can lead to feelings of irritation, as the word can be tantalizingly close, yet completely inaccessible. What makes the tip of the tongue experience even more fascinating is that it often comes with partial retrieval. While you may not be able to recall the exact word, you might remember other related details. You might be able to think of synonyms, or perhaps the first letter of the word, or even the number of syllables it has. This suggests that our brain is doing some complex work behind the scenes. It is rummaging through our memory, searching for connections that could help bring that elusive word back to the forefront. Researchers also believe that this effect is linked to how we store language in the brain. Theories suggest that memories can sometimes become entangled with one another, leading to confusion during the retrieval process. This means that perhaps the word you are searching for is mixed up with similar sounds or meanings, making your brain hesitate in locating the right one. Interestingly, the tip of the tongue effect is not just about inability. It also involves a sense of anticipation. When you recognize that you are experiencing this effect, you may feel a surge of excitement. It's like a puzzle waiting to be solved. You may engage in a mental game, recalling other related words, or even trying to describe the object or idea you have in mind. This act of searching can often lead to a moment of relief when you finally do remember the word, as if you have unlocked a treasure that had been hidden away. There are also strategies that people utilize to help overcome this phenomenon when it occurs. One common technique is to shift your focus away from the word itself. Instead of thinking about the word you want to recall, divert your thoughts to other aspects of the topic at hand. This technique can sometimes allow your brain to relax and eventually bring the word back to you without the pressure of direct recollection. Moreover, engaging in conversations with others can create an environment rich in language exchange. This interaction can stimulate parts of your brain associated with vocabulary and memory. Sharing thoughts and ideas often leads to moments of clarity where the elusive word comes swimming back into your consciousness, often at the most unexpected times. Another interesting aspect is the relationship between the tip of the tongue effect and bilingualism. People who speak multiple languages may experience this effect in one language while simultaneously knowing the translation in another. This intriguing occurrence illustrates the complexity of our language capabilities and the manner in which our brains manage multiple linguistic systems. The tip of the tongue experience is indeed a reminder of the intricate processes underlying language acquisition and memory. It shows us that our brains are constantly at work, navigating the vast sea of information. At times, this navigation may hit a rocky patch, causing delays in our recall, yet it is a normal part of being human. So, the next time you find yourself yearning for that perfect word, remember that you are not alone. This universal experience is a testament to the remarkable complexities of our minds. Often, the word will come to you when you least expect it, perhaps while you are engaged in a different activity or drifting into a quiet moment of reflection. Embrace it as part of a larger journey through language and cognition, and allow your thoughts to wander freely on this intriguing exploration of memory and language. Music is a universal language that transcends borders and cultures, and it resonates deeply within us for many reasons. To explore why we have such a profound connection to music, we must first consider its powerful ability to evoke emotions. From the gentle melodies that stir our heartstrings to the energetic beats that make us want to dance, music plays an influential role in our emotional landscape. One reason music moves us is because it often captures the nuances of human experience. Think about a time when a song perfectly mirrored how you felt. Maybe it was a breakup anthem that echoed your heartache, or an uplifting tune that celebrated a moment of joy. Music gives voice to our emotions when words alone might fail. This capability stems from its unique structure, which combines rhythm, melody, and harmony to create an experience that can resonate within us on multiple levels. Moreover, many studies have shown that music stimulates the same areas of the brain that are activated by pleasurable activities, such as eating or engaging in a romantic relationship. When we listen to music, our brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure. This is why songs can make us feel so good, acting almost like an emotional catalyst that enhances our mood and overall well-being. Another intriguing aspect is how music connects with our memories. Certain tunes can transport us back in time, evoking specific memories that are tied to particular songs. For instance, you might hear a melody that reminds you of a summer road trip with friends or a family gathering during the holidays. This connection between music and memory is powerful. It allows us to relive precious moments in our lives, creating a soundtrack to our personal history. The cultural significance of music cannot be overlooked either. From traditional folk songs to contemporary pop, various genres reflect the values, stories, and identity of cultures across the globe. Engaging with music from different parts of the world introduces us to diverse perspectives and experience. For example, listening to the rhythmic beats of African drums can evoke feelings of unity and celebration, while the haunting notes of a classical symphony might bring a sense of introspection and depth. Each piece carries a legacy, a history that can transport us into the heart of different places and times. Additionally, music has a unique ability to bring people together. Think about the communal experience at concerts, festivals, or even a simple gathering of friends. When we share music, we share a part of ourselves, forging connections that can deepen our relationships. Singing along to a favorite song in the company of others creates a sense of togetherness, enhancing our social bonds. In this way, music acts as a bridge, connecting us not only to the artists who create it, but to each other. Furthermore, the physical aspect of music can be just as influential as its emotional impact. The rhythm in music often compels us to move, whether it's tapping our feet, swaying our heads, or dancing. This physical response is a reflection of our innate desire to express ourselves through movement, and it can be a source of joy and energy. The vibrations of music resonate through our bodies, creating a visceral experience that can invigorate and uplift us. Interestingly, music also has the power to influence our physical state in more subtle ways. Consider how it can affect our heartbeat and breathing. A slow, soothing piece can reduce heart rates, allowing us to feel calm and centered. Conversely, an upbeat track can energize us, pumping adrenaline and enhancing our motivation. This interplay between music and physiology showcases the remarkable connection between sound and our physical being. In addition to its emotional and physical effects, the creative aspect of music engages our brains in unique ways. Composing, or even merely playing an instrument, activates regions of the brain related to fine motor skills, memory, and emotion. Engaging with music, whether through playing an instrument, singing, or simply enjoying the tunes, can lead to greater cognitive flexibility and improved mental health. This creative engagement enriches our lives, allowing us to express individuality and explore the depths of our imagination. The phenomenon of music is further enhanced when we consider how it fosters emotional release. Listening to an evocative piece can offer catharsis, providing a healthy outlet for pent-up feelings. Many people find solace in music during difficult times, finding companionship in the lyrics and melodies that resonate with their struggles. This therapeutic aspect can make music a powerful tool for emotional healing and self-discovery. Lastly, the sheer diversity of music ensures that there is something for everyone. With countless genres, styles, and traditions, anyone can find a sound that speaks to them. Whether you enjoy classical, rock, hip-hop, jazz, or folk music, each genre offers a unique experience. This vast array not only broadens our horizons, but also invites curiosity and exploration. As we dive into different musical styles, we not only expand our knowledge, but also deepen our appreciation for the art form. In conclusion, the reasons we are drawn to music are as complex as the art itself. It moves us emotionally and physically, acts as a cultural marker, and can even alter our brain chemistry. Music enriches our lives, fostering connections, evoking memories, and allowing us to express our innermost feelings. It speaks to the very essence of our humanity, reminding us that, at our core, we are all connected through the universal language of sound. Embracing music can lead us on a fascinating journey of discovery, not only of different sounds, but also into the depths of our own hearts and minds. As the day draws to a close and the world outside quiets down, a fascinating journey begins within us. There is a threshold we cross, a special time when our thoughts begin to slow and our bodies transition from the wakeful state to something different. This experience is often accompanied by a unique sensation of heaviness that many of us can recognize. Imagine lying in bed, the soft fabric of your blankets cradling your body, enveloping you in warmth and comfort. Your head sinks gently into the pillow, and there is a delicious kind of stillness that wraps around you like a hug. It's in this moment that you may start to feel your limbs becoming heavy, almost as if they were anchored to the bed. This heaviness isn't a burden. Rather, it is a natural letting go, a release from the tensions of the day. As your muscles relax, you may notice something peculiar. Sudden jerks, as if your body is catching itself just moments before falling. These unexpected twitches can sometimes catch us off guard. They are known as hypnic jerks, a harmless response of the body as it shifts from wakefulness to a state closer to slumber. It's as if your brain is telling your body to relax, but a lingering sense of alertness triggers a jolt, awakening the body for just a fleeting moment. Picture a cat dozing off, only to twitch its ear as if reacting to a noise in its dreams. It's a reminder that even as we let go, our bodies are still connected to the world around them. As you drift deeper into this restful realm, you might find your mind starting to play tricks. Vivid images and scenes can emerge. Perhaps you are walking along a serene path or gliding through a starlit sky. The imagination may conjure up scenarios of falling, where you feel the exhilarating rush, almost as if gravity itself has a hold on you. These thoughts can evoke excitement or a sense of confusion. It may make you wonder if you are truly awake or simply lost in a dream. The brain is a curious thing, weaving the line between reality and the imagined. What's remarkable is how this heaviness before drifting into the deep can cause our minds to wander in unexpected directions. You might begin to reflect on your day, revisit memories, or even plan for tomorrow. It's as if the mind is sifting through experiences, processing them while you teeter on the edge of consciousness. In this transitional state, your thoughts can become abstract and fluid. Ideas may flow and intertwine like ribbons in the wind. While these sensations of heaviness and impending drift may sometimes feel strange, they are entirely normal, part of the human experience. This wondrous phenomenon dances between biology and imagination, a delicate interplay that adds depth to the very act of resting. It reminds us that our bodies possess a wisdom of their own, gently guiding us toward reprieve. There is an undeniable beauty in the way our bodies and minds work together as we allow ourselves to journey into the unknown. The heaviness envelops us, while our subconscious begins to take flight, leading us to dreamlike landscapes where anything is possible. Here, the imagination paints vivid pictures, giving rise to fantastical casts of characters and whimsical adventures that unfold as we drift further and further from the conscious world. In these moments, we can surrender to the stillness that surrounds us, welcoming the sensations that wash over us. There is magic in feeling suspended in time. Those brief moments of weightlessness remind us that it's perfectly all right to let go and embrace what is unfolding in both body and mind. As the heaviness deepens, bring to mind a favorite place or memory you cherish. Picture it clearly, letting the details wash over you. You may find yourself exploring a tranquil beach, listening to the gentle lapping of waves against the shore, or perhaps wandering through a lush forest where dappled sunlight filters through the leaves. Each scene you create can further envelop you in comfort, allowing you to melt deeper into the soothing embrace of the moment. Eventually, as you ride this gentle wave of heaviness and behavior, you may notice that the world outside fades into a soft blur. The sounds of the day dissipate, replaced by the gentle hush of night. This transformation, a journey from the busyness of existence to a beautifully serene state, is a treasured part of your experience. As you continue to revel in these sensations, may you explore the wonders of your imagination and embrace the organic cycle of awareness. The heaviness that comes before you, enter into the realm beyond, is a powerful reminder of your connection to your body and the world around you. This shared experience is one that binds us all, as we navigate through the rich tapestry of existence, replete with sensations that resonate in ways that words cannot fully capture. Allow yourself to enjoy this journey, cherishing the moments that exist in between, where heaviness gracefully meets the lightness of imagination, guiding you into a space brimming with possibility and wonder. The mystery of snoring has intrigued people for centuries. It's a sound that many recognize, but few understand. Snoring occurs when airflow through the mouth and nose is partially obstructed during sleep. This partial blockage causes the surrounding tissues to vibrate, producing the familiar snoring sound. The reasons behind this phenomenon are varied and can range from simple anatomical factors to complex health conditions. One of the primary causes of snoring is the anatomy of a person's throat. People with thicker necks, for example, often have more tissue in the throat, which can lead to a higher likelihood of snoring. This is particularly true for those who are overweight, as excess weight can contribute to the narrowing of the airway. Additionally, the structure of the palate, tongue, and nasal passages can make a significant difference. A long, soft palate or long uvula can impede airflow and create those rhythmic sounds we associate with snoring. Age also plays a crucial role in this mystery. As we grow older, the throat muscles tend to weaken, leading to an increased risk of snoring. The aging process changes the muscle tone in the throat, which can narrow the airway and result in snoring. Interestingly, children can snore too, but their snoring is often due to enlarged tonsils or adenoids, which can block the airway. Another key factor that influences snoring is the sleeping position. Most people snore while lying on their backs because this position tends to accentuate the collapse of the airway. When someone is on their back, the tongue can fall backward into the throat, causing more obstruction. Changing positions during sleep, such as sleeping on one side, can sometimes reduce or even eliminate snoring. Environmental factors can also contribute to snoring. Allergies and nasal congestion can lead to inflamed nasal passages, making it more challenging to breathe through the nose. Individuals struggling with allergies often find that during allergy season, or when exposed to dust or pet hair, they may be more likely to snore. Thus, finding ways to manage these allergies can potentially alleviate some snoring issues. Alcohol consumption is another factor that cannot be ignored. Alcohol relaxes the muscles in the throat, which can exacerbate snoring. When someone consumes alcohol before sleep, it can lead to deeper and more pronounced snoring, as the airway becomes more prone to collapse. Therefore, reducing or eliminating alcohol intake in the evening can contribute to quieter nights. So, why do some people seem more affected by snoring than others? Genetics can play a significant role. If you have family members who snore, chances are you might too. Certain genetic traits can influence the structure of your upper airway, making you more susceptible to snoring. These inherited traits make some individuals more prone to the condition, while others remain unaffected. Some medical conditions may also lead to snoring. Obstructive sleep apnea is a serious condition characterized by repeated interruptions in breathing during sleep. While snoring is a common symptom, the presence of sleep apnea is more profound. People with sleep apnea often snore loudly and intermittently, waking themselves up in the process. Consulting with healthcare professionals can help in diagnosing and addressing such issues, ensuring better overall health and well-being. Lifestyle choices significantly impact snoring as well. Smoking, for instance, irritates the throat and nasal airways, leading to increased congestion, which tends to worsen snoring. On the other hand, maintaining a healthy weight through diet and exercise can help keep the throat clear and reduce the likelihood of snoring. Simple lifestyle adjustments can make a world of difference for some individuals. Furthermore, the concept of comfort cannot be underestimated when it comes to snoring. A comfortable sleeping environment, including the right pillow height and mattress firmness, can play a crucial role in preventing snoring. Sometimes, an uncomfortable sleeping arrangement can lead to awkward sleeping positions, which may trigger snoring. Finally, while some may consider snoring merely an inconvenience, it should not be dismissed entirely. For those who live with loud snorers, the issue poses a significant challenge, potentially disrupting their own rest. Thus, addressing the underlying causes of snoring can improve not only the snorer's experience, but also those around them. In conclusion, the mystery of snoring encompasses a variety of factors, including anatomy, age, sleeping position, environmental influences, lifestyle choices, and underlying health condition. Understanding these elements provides insight into why some individuals are more affected than others. Through awareness and adjustments, many people can minimize the impact of snoring, leading to improved rest for themselves and their loved ones. The journey to understanding this common yet complex phenomenon may help lead to quieter nights for everyone. Music has an incredible ability to connect with us, to evoke emotions, and to create unforgettable moments. However, there is a fascinating phenomenon that occurs when we listen to our favorite songs, misheard lyrics. You know those moments when you confidently sing along to a track, only to later discover that the lyrics you've been belting out are completely off. Let's take a deeper look at why our brains sometimes transform song lyrics into these amusing misinterpretations. To understand misheard lyrics, we first need to appreciate how our brains process sound. When we listen to a song, our brain attempts to make sense of the auditory signals it receives. This process is influenced by a variety of factors, such as our expectations, previous experiences, and even the context in which we hear the song. Our brains are constantly trying to decipher the patterns in the sounds, leading to occasional moments of hilarity. For example, think about the classic song, Purple Haze, by Jimi Hendrix. Many people have misheard the lyric, "Excuse me while I kiss the sky," as, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy." This humorous misunderstanding is made all the more entertaining when one realizes that the phrase conjures up an entirely different image. The brain sometimes fills in gaps based on familiar sounds or words, which leads to these funny interpretations. The phenomenon, often referred to as mondegreens, which means misheard phrases that create new meanings, dates back long before modern music. It's often believed that the name was coined by the author Sylvia Wright in the 1950s, when she recounted mishearing the phrase from a Scottish ballad. "They hae slain the Earl of Moray, and laid him on the green, as they hae slain the Earl of Moray, and Lady Mondery." This delightful error opens up a whole new world of stories and interpretations in the realm of lyrics. One critical aspect of why we mishear lyrics lies in our familiarity with certain words or phrases. If we hear a song frequently, our brains become accustomed to identifying specific sounds. Consequently, when we hear unfamiliar lyrics that sound similar, our brains fill in the blanks with what makes sense to us. This can lead to some truly comical results. For instance, in the iconic song "Bad Moon Rising" by Creedence Clearwater Revival, the line "Don't go around tonight" is often misheard as "There's a bad moon on the rise." Such misunderstandings can sometimes be amusing, but they also reveal the intricate relationship between sound and meaning. Context also plays a significant role in how we interpret lyrics. If we're in a crowded place, or if there is background noise, we might mishear lyrics based on what we think we've heard, in that specific environment. For example, the upbeat tune, "I Want It That Way," by the Backstreet Boys is often comically misheard as "I Want It That Way," but can easily sound like "I Want It That Day" in the right context. Our brains adapt to the auditory landscape surrounding us, leading to these light-hearted misunderstandings. Cultural influences and personal experiences also shape how we perceive lyrics. Imagine someone who grew up in a household where a specific saying was common. When that person hears a song with a similar sound, they might unconsciously replace the actual lyrics with their familiar ones. This cultural lens can completely alter the intended message of the song and lead to amusing renditions. A classic example would be the misheard chorus of "Blinded by the Light" by Manfred Mann's Earth Band. The true lyric might be somewhat difficult to decipher, leading many to hear "revved up like a deuce" as "wrapped up like a douche." The playful nature of these mishearings showcases how our past can dynamically interact with the music we love. In the realm of social media, misheard lyrics have gained new popularity. Many people share their amusing interpretations online, creating a collective experience that brings smiles to faces worldwide. In the age of digital communication, it's common to come across amusing compilations of misheard lyrics, revealing the shared joys and laughs that arise from these misunderstandings. These tales show how music and language intertwine, fueling creativity and humor in everyday life. Furthermore, the music industry has embraced these misunderstandings, sometimes creating parodies or remixes that play on the humorous nature of misheard lyrics. This adds a layer of enjoyment and connection between artists and listeners as they collectively revel in the quirky interpretations that arise from the written word versus sound. It's essential to recognize that misheard lyrics serve a greater purpose beyond mere entertainment. They remind us to not take everything too seriously. Music is about expression, joy, and sometimes a healthy dose of humor. When we accidentally misinterpret a lyric, it adds character to our music experience, creating new memories associated with familiar tune. Next time you find yourself confidently singing along to a song, take a moment to consider what your brain is doing. It's not just a simple mistake. It's a fascinating cognitive process that showcases how we interact with language and sound. So go ahead and enjoy those misheard lyrics. They may not reflect the artist's intention, but they beautifully highlight our capacity for creativity and humor in a world filled with sound. Whether it's the well-known classics or the latest chart toppers, each misinterpreted line brings a sparkle of joy, reminding us that music is not just for listening, but for sharing moments of laughter together. Laughter is a phenomenon that surrounds us and bonds us together, yet it remains one of the most fascinating aspects of human behavior. It is often described as an involuntary response to humor, but laughter can occur in numerous contexts beyond jokes and comedy. Have you ever found yourself laughing at an unexpected moment, perhaps during a serious conversation, or even at someone else's mishap? This intriguing reflex serves multiple purposes in human interaction and understanding. To explore laughter further, we first must recognize that it is more than just a response to something funny. Laughter can be triggered by a range of stimuli, including surprise, nervousness, or social situation. For instance, think about a time when you were in a tense atmosphere, perhaps during a meeting or a presentation. Someone cracks a lighthearted comment, and suddenly, laughter erupts around the room. This is often a release of tension and an acknowledgement of shared discomfort. In such contexts, laughter acts as a social lubricant, helping to ease tension and bridge divides between individuals. From an evolutionary perspective, laughter likely has roots deep within our past. Anthropologists suggest that our ancestors may have used laughter as a way to strengthen social bonds. This makes sense, as social cohesion has been essential for survival. Imagine early humans hunting together. A shared laugh over a trivial mishap could reinforce connections and establish trust among group members. Those shared moments of joy might have enhanced collaboration and ultimately improved group survival rates. Moreover, laughter is not isolated to mere verbal expressions or humor. Consider the moments when laughter comes from body language or facial gestures. A raised eyebrow or a mischievous grin can spark laughter just as easily as a witty punchline. Understanding this reminds us that laughter often transcends language and cultural barriers. For example, watching a child play and tumble can induce laughter even if you do not speak the same language. This indicates that laughter is a universal language of sorts, a spontaneous reaction that often needs no translation. Additionally, biochemical processes in our brains help explain why laughter is so contagious. When one person laughs, it triggers a neural response in those around them, compelling them to join in. This mirroring effect showcases our innate desire for connection. In social settings, laughter can serve as an emotional barometer, reflecting the mood of the group. When laughter spreads, it creates an atmosphere of joy and connection, fostering a sense of community and belonging. Interestingly, laughter is not confined to joyful situations. Sometimes it emerges in moments of discomfort or awkwardness. If a friend accidentally spills coffee at a gathering, laughter may erupt not as a judgment but as a coping mechanism. This form of laughter, often referred to as nervous laughter, helps us navigate complicated social dynamics. By laughing at awkward moments, we signal to others that we can handle the unpredictability of life. It serves as a reminder that we are all human, prone to foibles and failures. Even in deeper theoretical discussions, laughter remains a critical area of exploration. Philosophers and psychologists have long debated the nature of humor and laughter. Some argue that laughter itself is a response to incongruity, where the unexpected outcome of a situation evokes amusement. This theory suggests that when we experience something that contradicts our expectations, laughter acts as a bridge to reconcile those initial impressions. In literature and arts, laughter has also been a way to explore human condition and societal norms. Many authors and playwrights employ humor as a tool to critique society, challenge the status quo, or highlight human flaws. Through laughter, we often confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our communities. A poignant example can be seen in comedic films that blend humor with social commentary, encouraging audiences to reflect on serious issues while simultaneously enjoying a good laugh. The role laughter plays in our lives also extends to health benefits. Research has shown that laughter can reduce stress, improve mood, and even enhance physical well-being by boosting the immune system. When we laugh, our body releases endorphins, the natural chemicals that promote feelings of happiness and euphoria. This illustrates that laughter is not merely a reaction, but a potent tool that contributes to our overall health, fostering resilience and a positive outlook. Moreover, the context of laughter varies significantly across cultures. Different societies express humor and laughter in unique ways, reflecting diverse values and social norms. For instance, some cultures may employ more physical expressions of laughter, while others rely heavily on verbal wit. Observing these differences offers insights into how laughter shapes and reflects the identities of various communities. In closing, Laughter is far more than a simple response to humor. It's a complex reflex, intertwined with our evolution, social interactions, and emotional well-being. Whether a spontaneous eruption in a serious moment, a bonding experience among friends, or a tool for coping with awkward situations, laughter plays an integral role in our lives. It transcends boundaries, strengthens bonds, and enriches our human experience in ways that continue to inspire exploration and understanding. Listening to laughter reminds us that amidst life's complexities and uncertainties, joy can flourish in the unlikeliest of moments. Have you ever enjoyed a delicious ice cream cone on a hot summer day, only to be abruptly confronted by a sudden jolt of pain in your forehead? This phenomenon is commonly known as brain freeze, and it can be surprising and downright uncomfortable. So why does this happen? Let's dive into the cool science behind brain freeze, exploring how something as innocent as a cold treat can lead to that sudden headache. Brain freeze, also known as sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia, is a rapid-onset headache that occurs when something cold touches the roof of your mouth. Imagine taking a big bite of that icy dessert and feeling the chill spread across your palate. As the cold temperature interacts with the sensitive tissues in your mouth, a series of reactions begins, leading to a temporary but intense headache. The first step in this intriguing process involves the rapid cooling of the palate. The roof of your mouth, or the palate, is highly vascularized, which means it has a rich network of blood vessels. When you consume something cold, the temperature change causes these blood vessels to constrict or narrow. This constriction happens quickly and is a natural response to cold stimuli. However, within moments, your body reacts to this constriction. The blood vessels quickly widen again in response to the sudden temperature change. This process is called rebound vasodilation. The quick shift from constriction to dilation sends signals to your brain, which interprets the pain from the palate as if it's originating from your forehead. This is a classic example of referred pain, where discomfort is felt in one area of the body, but is triggered by stimuli in another. But that's not all. The trigeminal nerve, one of the major nerves in your face, plays a vital role in this experience. It is responsible for sensations in the face and motor functions, such as biting and chewing. The palate is innervated by this nerve, so when the blood flow changes suddenly due to the cold, the trigeminal nerve becomes overactive, sending pain signals to the brain. Interestingly, this nerve also supplies areas of the forehead, which is why the pain feels like it's in your head rather than in your mouth. To visualize this, think of your brain as a high-tech communication network. When the trigeminal nerve is stimulated, it sends a signal up to the brain that results in a sensation of pain. Although this feels immediate and intense, it usually lasts for only a few seconds to a minute. And while brain freeze can be quite startling, there are no long-term effects. You might wonder, why does brain freeze seem to affect some people more than others? The answer lies in individual sensitivity and response to cold stimuli. Some people may have a more active trigeminal nerve, making them more prone to experiencing these quick pangs of pain. Others may simply have a greater tolerance for cold food and drinks. Interestingly, the speed at which you consume cold foods can also affect your likelihood of experiencing brain freeze. If you eat that ice cream too quickly, you are increasing your chances of triggering this reaction. The faster you consume the cold substance, the less time your body has to adapt to the temperature change. So, a leisurely pace may allow your palate to adjust gradually, preventing that sharp discomfort. To mitigate the chances of a brain freeze, consider letting that ice cream or slushy warm slightly in your mouth before swallowing. This small adjustment can help regulate the temperature change and reduce the likelihood of discomfort. A bit of patience can go a long way in enjoying your sweet treat without the accompanying headache. Brain freeze has also drawn the attention of scientists who study pain perception and the nervous system. Understanding how such quick and acute headaches occur provides valuable insights into how our body processes sensations and responds to external stimuli. It can reveal incredible things about how our nervous system works under different conditions. For many, the experience of brain freeze is a quick reminder of the body's perfect, complex reactions to environmental factors, in this case, the temperature of food. As you enjoy your favorite frozen delights, remember the fascinating science that makes each experience possible. With a little understanding of the underlying mechanisms, you might find yourself savoring each bite with a newfound appreciation, being careful not to rush through that scoop of ice cream or that frosty smoothie. So the next time you reach for a refreshing icy treat, take a moment to think about the intricate dance happening in your body. Those fleeting moments of discomfort are mere whispers of the magic of biology at work, showing just how intricate and responsive our body truly is. Enjoy your cold delights with knowledge and awareness, and perhaps a more deliberate approach can enhance both the pleasure and the experience, keeping those sudden headaches at bay. The double rainbow phenomenon is a breathtaking natural occurrence that often captivates those lucky enough to witness it. The sight of two vibrant arcs in the sky, each displaying a spectrum of colors, can leave one in awe. But what exactly causes this beautiful display? Let us explore the fascinating science behind double rainbows and the rare conditions that create them. To begin, let's discuss the basics of a rainbow. A rainbow forms when sunlight encounters raindrops in the atmosphere. As light travels through these water droplets, it bends or refracts due to the change in medium from air to water. This bending causes the different colors of light to spread out, revealing a spectrum that includes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Now, while a single rainbow is beautiful in its own right, a double rainbow presents an even more striking spectacle. In a standard single rainbow, light enters a raindrop, bends, reflects off the inner surface, and exits back into the atmosphere, creating the arc we usually see. In the case of a double rainbow, however, an additional reflection occurs inside the droplet. Here's where it gets interesting. In a double rainbow, the outer arc is formed by light that reflects twice within the raindrop before emerging back into the air. This additional reflection leads to a distinct difference in brightness and color intensity. The primary, or inner rainbow, appears brighter and shows the colors in the order we commonly recognize: red on the outside and violet on the inside. The secondary or outer rainbow is fainter and has its colors reversed, with red on the inside and violet on the outside. This reversal happens because the second reflection alters the sequence of colors as light exits the droplet. The physical arrangement of light and raindrops plays a crucial role in the appearance of these rainbows. The most common time to see a double rainbow is when the sun shines after a rain shower, while the sun is relatively low in the sky. This combination of sunlight and rain creates a splendid setting for rainbows to form. But there's even more to the story. Not all rainbows are created equal. While double rainbows are relatively rare, they also come in various qualities. The conditions must be just right for a double rainbow to appear bright and vibrant. Factors such as the size of the raindrops, the angle of sunlight, and the observer's position all influence the final display. Larger raindrops in particular can produce more brilliant colors, while smaller droplets might produce a fainter rainbow scene. Interestingly, some observers notice a third rainbow forming, known as a supernumerary rainbow. This phenomenon results from light interference and creates additional fainter arcs just within the main rainbow. These are usually close to the primary arc and have soft pastel color. These supernumerary rainbows arise from the diffraction of light and add an extra layer of beauty to the already enchanting display. The simplicity and elegance of a rainbow have inspired countless myths, legends, and cultural interpretations throughout history. Many cultures associate rainbows with hope and promise, making them a symbol of good fortune. Artists and poets have depicted rainbows in their works, using them to express emotions and encapsulate stunning beauty. As technology has advanced, we've begun to explore rainbows in ways that previous generations couldn't even imagine. High-speed photography and sophisticated atmospheric science have allowed us to study the intricacies of rainbows. Scientists have analyzed how light interacts with various atmospheric conditions, leading to a deeper understanding of how these phenomena occur and what makes a perfect rainbow. To witness a double rainbow is a reminder of nature's whimsy and complexity. It is a moment where colors dance across the sky, and light showcases its many forms. Each curve and hue serves as an invitation to pause and appreciate the beauty surrounding us in our natural world. Next time you find yourself in a rain-soaked landscape, take a moment to look up toward the sky. The next dazzling display of a double rainbow might be just waiting for you. A beautiful reminder of the intricate interplay of light, moisture, and perspective that takes place in our atmosphere. By understanding the double rainbow, we gain insight not only into the specific mechanics of the phenomenon, but also into the vast and awe-inspiring processes of nature. This remarkable unfolding of color and light reflects the beauty inherent in our world. Rainbows transform the ordinary into extraordinary, capturing moments of wonder that inspire us all. So, allow yourself to marvel at this natural wonder, and remember the thoughtful processes that lead to such an enchanting sight. Witnessing a double rainbow is not just about seeing. It's about experiencing the mesmerizing dance of light and color in our own atmosphere, a captivating reminder of the remarkable beauty that surrounds us. Fingerprints are more than just a collection of swirls and ridges at the tips of our fingers. They are a fascinating aspect of human biology, intimately connected to our individuality and even our evolutionary history. Each of us has a unique set of fingerprints formed long before we enter the world. This unique pattern is not a mere curiosity. It serves essential functions that have evolved over millions of years. The primary reason why we have fingerprints lies in their potential for enhancing our grip and tactile sensation. The intricate patterns increase the surface area of our fingers, allowing us to better grasp objects. This evolutionary advantage would have been crucial for our ancestors, who relied on their hands to climb trees, gather food, and create tools. Think of these ridged patterns as nature's own grip enhancers, helping humans navigate their environments more effectively. Fingerprints emerge in the womb during the early stages of fetal development. The skin on our fingertips begins to form ridges at around 10 weeks of gestation, influenced by various genetic and environmental factors. The unique patterns that result from this developmental process are established before birth, which is why no two individuals share identical fingerprints. Even identical twins, who share the same genetic code, have distinct fingertip patterns. These fingerprints are not just random designs. They fall mainly into three categories: arches, loops, and whorls. Arches are characterized by concentric ridges that rise in the center. Loops, one of the most common types, feature a flow that enters from one side and exits from the same side. Whorls are circular ridges that form patterns, resembling spirals or concentric circles. The specific patterns and characteristics of each person's fingerprints can be influenced by a variety of factors, including genetics, developmental environment, and even the position of the fetus in the womb. Beyond their mechanical functions, fingerprints also play a significant role in our sense of touch. The ridges on our fingertips are designed to enhance our sensory perception. Special receptors called mechanoreceptors respond to touch and vibrations, allowing us to feel textures and shapes with remarkable sensitivity. This heightened ability to sense our environment would have provided an evolutionary edge, giving our ancestors the skills needed for survival. Fingerprints also serve an important social function in our lives today. While they have been utilized for identification purposes only relatively recently in human history, they continue to play a crucial role in forensic science and personal identification. When we think of fingerprints, many of us picture crime scene investigations. The uniqueness of each person's fingerprints makes them an invaluable tool for law enforcement, allowing for the identification of suspects and victims alike. The intricate designs of fingerprints can also provide insights into human health and genetics. Researchers have found connections between certain fingerprint characteristics and predispositions to specific medical conditions. For example, studies have suggested that the presence of certain fingerprint patterns could be linked to increased risks for certain diseases or health issues. This fascinating connection opens up a new area of research into the potential of fingerprints as biomarkers for health. Additionally, the patterns we see in fingerprints are a remarkable example of biological randomness and development. Factors such as growth in the womb, localized pressures, and even minute variations in the fluid environment surrounding the fetus contribute to the final pattern. This randomness is what ensures the beautiful diversity we see in fingerprints, much like the varied patterns of leaves on trees or the different colors of flowers blooming in a garden. In summary, fingerprints are an incredible and essential part of what makes us human. They enhance our tactile abilities, provide crucial information about our identity and health, and boast deep evolutionary roots. The uniqueness of each person's fingerprints is a testament to the complex interplay of genetics, environment, and biology. As you contemplate these remarkable features of your own fingers, you become part of a shared narrative that connects you to our ancestors, illustrating our journey through time and evolution. Observing the world around you, consider how fingerprints are a window into both our individual stories and our shared human experience, vibrantly highlighting the intricate tapestry of life that continues to unfold. Frequent sneezing fits can be a curious phenomenon, an involuntary reaction that often leaves individuals puzzled as to what triggers such bursts. Understanding the causes behind these sneezing episodes can provide insight into how our bodies respond to various stimuli and shed light on a few fascinating aspects of human physiology. Let's begin by considering what happens when we sneeze. A sneeze is an involuntary expulsion of air from the lungs through the nose and mouth, usually driven by irritation in the nasal passages. This process is a reflex action designed to clear irritants from the nasal cavity. While it might seem like sneezing simply occurs at random, there are several common triggers that set off this response. One of the leading causes of frequent sneezing fits is allergies. Many people are sensitive to a range of allergens that can be present in everyday life. Common triggers include pollen from trees, grasses, or flowers, dust mites that thrive in our homes, pet dander from furry companions, and mold spores lurking in damp corners. But when allergens infiltrate the respiratory system, The body reacts by producing histamines, chemicals that help to combat the perceived threat. This reaction can lead to inflammation and irritation, setting the stage for a round of sneezing. Environmental changes can also contribute to unexpected sneezing fits. For instance, a sudden shift in weather can affect pollen levels in the air. A hot, dry day may see a higher concentration of airborne pollen, stimulating sneezing in susceptible individuals. Even changes in temperature, such as moving from a warm room to a cold outdoor environment, can prompt the body to react defensively, resulting in a flurry of sneezes. Similarly, strong odors or fumes can irritate the nasal passage. This could be anything from perfume to smoke or household cleaners, all of which may cause the body to react with a sneezing fit. In some cases, the body's own reactions can lead to frequent sneezing. For instance, certain illnesses can manifest with symptoms that include sneezing. A common cold, for example, is caused by a viral infection which can irritate the nose and throat. Alongside sneezing, a cold often brings other symptoms such as a runny or stuffy nose, sore throat, and fatigue. When viruses invade the body, the immune system ramps up its defenses, which can sometimes trigger episodes of sneezing as the body works to expel the unwelcome intruders. Surprisingly, strong emotions can also spark unexpected sneezing fits. Laughter, excitement, or even stress can lead to a surge in sneezes for some individuals. This response, although less common, is known as psychogenic sneezing. The exact mechanism isn't fully understood, but it's a fascinating glimpse into how interconnected our emotions and physical responses can be. Picture a moment of laughter where the joy is so overwhelming that it triggers a cascade of sneezing, a peculiar but very real occurrence. Moreover, certain medical conditions can make sneezing more frequent. Individuals with conditions such as rhinitis, which involves inflammation of the nasal lining, or those who have chronic sinusitis, may find themselves caught in repetitive sneezing fits. These conditions often lead to heightened sensitivity of the nasal tissues, making any irritant, be it a change in temperature or inhaled particles, a potential trigger. It's important to note that while sneezing fits can be annoying, they are usually harmless. However, for those who experience severe or persistent sneezing episodes, consulting a health professional can provide valuable guidance. They can help pinpoint the triggers and suggest appropriate measures, including allergy testing or environmental changes, to reduce exposure to known irritants. In addition to environmental and health-related triggers, some people are curious about the extraordinary phenomenon of photic sneezing, a reflex where a person sneezes in response to bright light, particularly sunlight. This is believed to be a hereditary trait and affects a portion of the population. Although researchers do not fully understand the underlying mechanism, it suggests that the brain and nervous system can exhibit surprisingly complex behaviors in response to our environment. In summary, frequent sneezing fits are often caused by a confluence of factors, from allergens in the air to environmental conditions, health issues, emotional reactions, and even genetic predisposition. By understanding the triggers behind these bursts of sneezing, individuals can better navigate their daily lives with awareness. It's a reminder of the fascinating intricacies of our bodies, how they react to seemingly simple stimuli, revealing much about our health and environment, while also occasionally giving us a lighthearted moment amidst the sneezes. Laughter is one of those wonderful human experiences that connects us, spreads joy, and even brings us to tears, sometimes quite literally. Have you ever found yourself laughing so hard that tears stream down your cheeks? It seems a bit peculiar at first, doesn't it? After all, laughter and tears are typically seen as separate reactions. However, they're more interconnected than we might realize. To understand why our eyes water when we laugh, we first need to explore the anatomy of our face and the functions of our eyes. The key players in this fascinating interaction are our facial muscles, tear glands, and the emotions we experience. When we laugh, a series of muscle contractions occur not just in our diaphragm, but also across our face. The action of laughing primarily engages the zygomatic major muscle, which is responsible for pulling up the corners of our mouth. As we laugh harder, other facial muscles join in, notably the orbicularis oculi muscle around our eyes, which helps create those lovely laugh lines we often admire. But these contractions don't just change our facial expressions. They also activate the tear glands. Our tear glands, or lacrimal glands, are located just above our eyes and play a crucial role in maintaining eye moisture and health. They produce tears for several reasons: to keep the eyes lubricated, to flush out irritants, and as a response to emotions. It is this last reason that explains why laughter can lead to tears. When we experience joy or amusement, our brain sends signals that elicit this emotional response, essentially triggering our tear glands to release tears. The result is this bittersweet blend of laughter and tears. Interestingly, this phenomenon isn't limited to laughter alone. Various emotional responses can cause our eyes to well up, whether we are experiencing extreme joy, nostalgia, or even touching moments of connection with others. The mind and body are intricately linked, and this bond illustrates how our emotional state can influence physiological reactions in whimsical ways. You might wonder if this happens to everyone when they laugh. The answer is yes, but the extent varies from person to person. Some individuals may shed tears with every hearty laugh, while others may feel slightly misty-eyed without any visible tears. Environmental factors, hydration levels, and even individual facial anatomy can play a role in how pronounced this reaction becomes. Moreover, laughter serves a broader societal purpose beyond just personal joy. It can be a bonding experience that fosters connections between people. Those spontaneous moments of laughter act as social glue, helping to strengthen relationships. When laughter is shared, it creates an atmosphere of comfort and safety that allows emotions to flow freely. And in that laughter, it's not unusual to experience a mix of joy that brings tears, reinforcing that sense of connection. Laughter has a remarkable ability to draw people together. Imagine sitting in a room full of friends, sharing funny stories, or watching a movie that leaves you in stitches. Those moments create lasting memories. Sometimes, our emotions bubble over, and those tears mixed with laughter are a sign of just how deeply we are affected, how open we are in that shared experience. Further emphasizing this fascinating bond, scientists suggest that laughter acts as a natural stress reliever. When we let go of our inhibitions and engage in infectious laughter, our bodies produce endorphins, the feel-good hormones that uplift our spirits. The physical sensations of hilarity can lead to tears. Thus, we find ourselves crying out of joy or relief, connecting again with the rich tapestry of human emotions. In addition to the emotional backdrop, there is a physiological aspect worth mentioning. During laughter, our breathing pattern changes. Typically, we inhale deeply and then exhale with more force, which can sometimes stimulate the tear production pathway even more. The rhythmic contractions of the diaphragm and the associated movements increase pressure around the chest, which may facilitate other bodily reactions, including tears. While the interplay of laughter and tears can seem random, it is anything but. It serves as a reminder of our complexity as humans. Our capacity for emotional expression enriches our experiences and our relationships. These interconnected moments provide a deeper understanding of how we react to happiness and humor. Next time you find yourself in a fit of laughter, embrace that wave of emotion. Wow! Appreciate how laughter and tears coexist, turning a simple moment into something memorable. The exquisite intertwining of feelings, facial muscles, and body reactions captures the essence of what it means to be human. In those joyful moments, when laughter spills into tears, we experience life more fully. Life's little quirks remind us that even in laughter, we discover a beautiful vulnerability that connects us all. Talking in our sleep, also known as somniloquy, is a fascinating phenomenon that many people experience, yet it remains shrouded in mystery. Imagine this. You are deep in the embrace of night. Your body is resting, but your mind might still be active, engaging in conversations that you are unaware of. This nocturnal chatter provides a glimpse into the complex workings of our subconscious mind. The human brain is an extraordinary organ, working tirelessly even when we think we are at rest. During sleep, it cycles through various stages, each playing a unique role in our mental and physical health. One of these stages is rapid eye movement, or REM sleep, when most vivid dreams occur. It is during this time that the brain is almost as active as when we are awake. Some researchers believe that sleep talking is linked to these REM stages. Sounds and words may slip into our speech as our dreams unfold, creating a curious bridge between the conscious and subconscious realms. But what exactly sparks the chatter? The subconscious mind is a treasure trove of thoughts, memories, and emotion. When we sleep, these elements don't simply vanish. They swirl around, sometimes emerging as articulated phrases or lively dialogues. Imagine a theater where your hidden thoughts take center stage, performing for an audience that includes only yourself. These performances can be influenced by our day-to-day experiences, thoughts left unspoken, or unresolved feelings. The dialogues might reflect recent events, snippets of conversations, or even topics we are anxious about. Researchers have found that the frequency of sleep talking can differ among individuals. It could be a solitary word, an entire conversation, or even a few chuckles that escape during the night. Studies suggest that sleep talking can occur more frequently in children, who often experience far richer dream worlds, but it can also persist into adulthood. Stress, sleep deprivation, and anxiety can exacerbate the tendency to talk in one's sleep. Imagine dealing with a frustrating work project. Those feelings might manifest under the moonlight, spilling out in the form of spoken word. Interestingly, family members or partners often bear witness to sleep talk. They might wake in the middle of the night to hear their loved one engaging in an animated discussion, perhaps talking about an event from years ago, or bantering with imaginary figures. This can lead to both amusement and confusion, especially when the nighttime stories hold no context to the waking world. People may recount these sleep-talking episodes in the morning, often shedding light on what their minds had been working through in the depth of night. Sleep-talking can also vary in tone and intensity. Some experiences are benign, like friendly greetings or soft murmurs, while others may resemble conversations laden with conflict or urgency. If you think about it, our dreams often reflect our fears and desires. In the quiet of night, the subconscious reveals the multifaceted layers of our psyche through vocal expressions. A critic of your last art piece could surface in a nighttime critique, or perhaps a childhood memory resurface with a giggle that punctuates the silence. The relationship between sleep talking and dreams is a topic of great interest. Many researchers have sought to understand whether the content of speech correlates with what individuals are dreaming about. Often the stories spoken during those mysterious nocturnal moments offer clues about the dream state. They provide a narrative that, while nonsensical at times, carries emotional weight or significance. Although sleep talking is generally harmless, in some cases it may signal underlying sleep disorders. Issues like sleepwalking or night terrors can occasionally accompany sleep talking episodes. Understanding the connection between sleep talking and these disorders can lead to better management and awareness of our nighttime behavior. It is essential to remember that most instances of sleep talking are benign. Many view it with a sense of curiosity or lightheartedness. Indeed, it can be a source of amusement for partners who might wake to hear an unexpected soliloquy. Others might find solace in knowing that their subconscious is capable of expressing thoughts that they may not consciously explore during waking hours. Encouraging a peaceful sleep environment might help diminish the frequency of sleep talking for those whose nocturnal chatter disrupts tranquility. Creating calming bedtime routines, reducing stressors, and ensuring adequate rest can lead to smoother slumber and potentially quieter nights. As we explore the depths of human behavior, sleep talking emerges as a reminder of our complexity. It serves as an intriguing link between the conscious and subconscious, revealing that even when we are at rest, our minds are busy with untold stories and unprocessed emotions. Each night brings opportunities for reflection and dialogue that we may not consciously be aware of, highlighting the intricate nature of our thoughts and the uncharted territories our dreams can navigate. In the silence of the dark, our inner worlds speak, reminding us that even while we pause in the physical realm, our minds never truly stop engaging with our experiences, memories, and feelings. Have you ever found yourself humming a melody that just won't leave your mind? You know, that one catchy tune that suddenly pops into your head at random moments, perhaps while you're eating breakfast or getting ready for bed. This persistent phenomenon is commonly referred to as an earworm, and it's something that many people experience at various times in their lives. Let's delve into the fascinating world of earworms, exploring why they happen and what makes certain songs so irresistible. An earworm is essentially a catchy piece of music that repeats over and over in your mind. It can be a fragment of a song, a jingle, or even a simple melody. The exact reasons why certain tunes become earworms are still not completely understood, but researchers have started to uncover some intriguing insights. Firstly, one of the key factors that contribute to a tune becoming an earworm is its catchiness. Songs that have a rhythmic beat, a simple and repetitive melody, or a memorable hook are more likely to get stuck in your head. Think of songs like Happy by Pharrell Williams or Yesterday by the Beatles. These songs have melodies that are easy to remember and hum along to, which makes them prime candidates for earworms. Another aspect that can make a tune stick in our minds is familiarity. When we hear a song repeatedly, it becomes more entrenched in our memory. Our brains are wired to recognize patterns, and a catchy tune played on repeat creates a pattern that is easily recalled later. This is why radio hits often become earworms. The more we hear the song, the more likely it is to replay in our minds. Emotional connection also plays a significant role in the earworm phenomenon. Songs that evoke strong feelings or are associated with particular memories can become linked to our emotion. For instance, a tune you heard on a road trip with friends may remind you of that happy time, and as a result, it can replay in your mind whenever you need a little nostalgia. Music has a powerful capacity to stir emotions, and when a song resonates deeply with us, it tends to linger. The element of surprise can also enhance the likelihood of a song becoming an earworm. Unexpected changes in a melody or lyrics that catch our attention can create a memorable experience. For example, a sudden twist in the chorus or a clever rhyme might make a tune more appealing and likely to stick in our heads. This is often seen in advertising jingles, which are designed to be catchy and make lasting impressions. Interestingly, scientists have researched how our brains work when it comes to earworms. The brain tends to engage in spontaneous musical imagery, or involuntary musical imagery, where we hear fragments of music in our heads, much like how we might replay a memorable scene from a movie. This mental replay can happen without our conscious effort, often triggered by a cue in our environment like another song, a familiar sound, or even a face that reminds us of a particular tune. So, what can be done if an earworm is playing on repeat, and you need a way to escape its grasp? Some people find that listening to the complete song that's stuck in their head can help. Hearing the full version can provide closure, allowing the mind to move on. Others might try replacing the earworm with a different song, a technique sometimes referred to as a musical antidote. Engaging in a mentally stimulating activity, such as solving a puzzle or reading, can also disrupt the cycle of repetitive thinking. Interestingly, earworms can be more prevalent in certain populations. Research suggests that musicians, for example, might experience earworms more frequently due to their heightened sensitivity to music and rhythm. However, everyone, from kids to adults, can find themselves caught in the clutches of a catchy melody at some point in their lives. In conclusion, the earworm phenomenon is a captivating reflection of how our minds interact with music. Catchy tunes that capture our attention and resonate emotionally can replay endlessly in our heads, leaving us both entertained and sometimes slightly exasperated. Whether it's the rhythm, the familiarity, or the surprise factor that makes a tune stick, knowing about earworms adds another layer to our understanding of music and the profound effects it has on us. So the next time you find yourself humming that catchy tune, remember, you're not alone. It's a phenomenon that connects us all through the universal language of music. As we settle into rest, there's an intriguing phenomenon that many people experience, a peculiar sensation that often catches us unaware. This sensation is that sudden jolt, a brief moment when our body seems to leap into a state of alertness, almost as if startled by an unseen force. It's a curious blend of surprise and confusion, and it often leaves us wondering about its origins and significance. Imagine lying comfortably in bed, your body sinking gently into your mattress as the day fades away. Your thoughts begin to slow, drifting like leaves on a tranquil stream. Suddenly, a jolt courses through your body, as if a switch has flipped, pulling you back from the brink of a peaceful descent into quietude. This momentary shock can feel disorienting, and it raises several questions. What is happening in our bodies at that moment, and why does it happen to so many of us? This phenomenon is known as a hypnic jerk, a name that might sound a bit peculiar, but it aptly captures the essence of the experience. It is one of those strange quirks of our human biology that appears to be both common and little understood. In essence, a hypnic jerk occurs during the transition from wakefulness to that delicate, almost dreamy state of consciousness. The body undergoes a series of changes as it moves toward restful states, and sometimes these changes can trigger a condition where the nervous system misinterprets certain signals. Interestingly, many researchers believe that this sensation may be tied to our evolutionary history. When our ancestors rested, their bodies had to remain alert to potential threats in their environment. The muscle contractions and intense awakenings could very well have served as a protective mechanism, ensuring that they remained aware of their surroundings, even during times of repose. It's a fascinating idea to think that such reflexes may still linger within us, remnants of our past, taking place in the privacy of our modern bed. From a purely physiological standpoint, hypnic jerks manifest as a contraction of muscles that may coincide with vivid imagery or dreamlike sensations. You might feel as if you are falling, or perhaps that you are suddenly being pulled back into consciousness. These feelings can be accompanied by a brief flash of visual stimuli, or the sensation of weightlessness, which only adds to the oddity of the moment. Some individuals describe this experience as akin to tripping in midair, a brief plunge that never quite reaches the ground. While hypnic jerks can be startling, they are entirely normal and usually harmless. Factors that may influence their occurrence include stress, caffeine intake, or even intense physical activity on the day prior. In a world filled with the hustle and bustle of everyday life, finding the right balance can be challenging. The moments of relaxation that we seek can become muddled by our daily routines, leading to a more robust experience of those unexpected jolts. Consider this. When you feel that sudden jerk, it may even prompt a fleeting question in your mind about your own sleep patterns or your state of relaxation. But, rather than dwelling on the interruption, it can be beneficial to take a moment to acknowledge it, and then simply let it pass by, like a cloud dissipating in the sky. Embracing the mystery can turn this oddity into a delightful quirk rather than something to fear. Even in the most serene environments, where silence reigns and darkness envelops, the hypnic jerk can emerge as a surprising visitor. This is particularly true in situations where the ambience is peaceful and one is lulled into a careful state of comfort. The sudden awakening can transform tranquility into alertness, offering a stark contrast that emphasizes the beauty of that fleeting moment before drifting away. Curiously, some people may seek to explore this phenomenon further by documenting their experiences, perhaps correlating them with their environmental factors or emotional states. These stories often reveal a personal journey, touching on the broader narrative of what it means to be human. Exploring these sensations can lead to profound insights, reminding us of our connection to the world around us and to our own bodies. In the end, this curious sensation is a shared experience, a thread connecting us to the human experience as a whole. Each of us may react differently, perhaps inducing variation in emotional response. For some, it's merely an odd moment, quickly forgotten. For others, it sparks a deeper reflection on the nature of relaxation and how, in a way, we remain inherently alert even at our most tranquil. It serves as a gentle reminder that, at times, the mysteries of our bodies and minds can be both amusing and enlightening, bridging the gap between wakefulness and rest. As you reflect on this odd feeling of falling, consider how it serves as a reminder of the great wonders of human biology. Each jolt is a chapter in a story that has been told countless times throughout human history, linking us to those who came before us. Embracing this strange sensation opens up a world of curiosity and wonder, allowing us to appreciate the intricate tapestry of life with all its peculiarities and surprises. The sun is often depicted as a vibrant yellow ball in the sky. Many people perceive it this way, especially during the daytime when its rays are most prominent. However, if you were to view the sun from outer space, it would appear white. This discrepancy in color perception leads us to explore the intriguing nature of sunlight, its journey through the Earth's atmosphere, and how it can appear in different hues, depending on various factors. At its core, the sun is a massive sphere of hydrogen and helium, undergoing nuclear fusion. This process generates immense energy, emitting light across the entire electromagnetic spectrum. The peak color emitted by the sun is in the visible spectrum and corresponds to the color white when measured from space. This is because the sun emits light with all the colors combined, and when these colors blend together, they produce white light. So, why does the sun appear yellow, orange, or even red when we observe it from Earth's surface? The answer lies in the Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere is a vast ocean of gases, primarily nitrogen and oxygen, along with tiny particles like dust and water vapor. When sunlight enters this atmosphere, it interacts with these particles and molecules. During midday, when the sun is high in the sky, its light travels through a shorter path within the atmosphere. The blue and violet wavelengths of light are scattered in all directions by the air molecules. This scattering is responsible for the blue color of the sky. The longer wavelengths, such as yellow, orange, and red, pass through more directly, making the sun appear relatively bright and yellows during these hours. As the day progresses and the sun begins to set, something remarkable occurs. The sun's light has to pass through a much thicker layer of the atmosphere. This longer path enhances the scattering effect, notably affecting the shorter wavelengths. By the time the sunlight reaches our eyes during sunset, most of the blue and green light has been scattered away. What remains are the colors from the red-orange part of the spectrum, giving the sun its beautiful warm glow as it dips below the horizon. This phenomenon is most striking in areas with clear skies, where the colors can become vivid oranges and deep reds. You may have also noticed variability in the sun's color during different seasons or weather conditions. In fact, these factors can greatly influence how we perceive the sun. On cloudy days, for example, the thick clouds can filter sunlight, diffusing it and creating a softer, cooler light that may appear more gray or white. In contrast, after a rain, the sun can look particularly vibrant against the clearing sky, enhanced by reflections off the remaining water droplets. Air pollution can also play a significant role in changing the sun's hue. When dust, pollutants, and other particles are prevalent in the air, they can further scatter the sunlight, intensifying the reds and oranges during sunrise and sunset. The dramatic colors observed during these times can serve as a reminder of how human activities affect our natural surroundings. The color of the sun can also be influenced by geographic location. For instance, people living at higher altitudes may notice a more brilliant sun, as there are fewer atmospheric particles to scatter the light. Similarly, tropical regions often have vibrant sunsets due to the humidity and moisture in the air, which enhances scattering and creates a spectacle of colors. In addition to atmospheric effects, the sun's brightness can vary based on time of year. During certain times, such as summer solstice, the angle at which sunlight hits Earth leads to shorter shadows and a more direct path through the atmosphere, resulting in bright hues throughout the day. In contrast, during winter months, the sun hangs lower in the sky, creating longer shadows and shifting the light quality. Interestingly, the perception of color is also subjective. Human eyes are designed to detect a wide range of wavelengths, and various factors such as age, vision clarity, and surrounding elements can influence how we perceive the color of sunlight. Two observers may see the sun at the same moment, but perceive different shades based on the details of their surroundings and even their emotional state. As we observe the nuances of the sun's colors, we connect with the natural rhythms of our world. Whether it's the bright yellow of a midday sun illuminating a landscape, or the golden colors of a sunset painting the sky, these phenomena remind us of the intricate interactions between light, the atmosphere, and our eyes. Every day, nature offers us this beautiful display, reinforcing our appreciation for the sun that nurtures life on Earth. Understanding the science behind the sun's colors can deepen our connection with the cosmos. From the approach of twilight to the explosion of colors at dawn, each moment carries with it a unique beauty that inspires awe and reflection. As day transitions into night, those vibrant hues remind us of the endless cycles that surround us, continually enriching our experience on this planet. So, next time you gaze at the sun, whether it's shining bright in a cloudless sky or lowering itself during sunset, take a moment to appreciate the fascinating journey of light that has brought us to that very moment. These shifting colors are not just a visual phenomenon. They are reminders of the dynamic interplay between the sun, our planet, and the atmosphere that envelops us. Fireflies, also known as lightning bugs, are one of nature's most enchanting wonders. On warm, balmy nights, their glowing bodies light up the darkness, creating a spectacular display that captivates both children and adults alike. But have you ever wondered why fireflies glow? This magical phenomenon is rooted in biology and plays a crucial role in communication among these remarkable insects. The secret behind the glow of fireflies lies in a chemical reaction that takes place in their bodies. Fireflies possess specialized cells in their abdomen that contain a pigment called luciferin. When luciferin combines with oxygen in the presence of an enzyme called luciferase, a reaction occurs that produces light. This process is known as bioluminescence, a term that describes the ability of living organisms to produce light biologically. What's even more fascinating is how efficient this light production is. Firefly light is nearly 100% effective, meaning almost all the energy is emitted as light rather than heat. This quality sets bioluminescent organisms apart from many other light sources in nature, including candles and light bulbs, which lose a significant portion of their energy as heat. The glow of fireflies serves several purposes, most notably communication. During warm summer nights, male fireflies emit specific patterns of light to signal their presence to females. Each species has its own unique flashing pattern. Males often flash their lights repeatedly, creating a rhythmic display to attract a potential mate. Females, in turn, respond with their own flashes, usually at a specific timing pattern to indicate interest. An interesting behavior can be observed when a male makes an incorrect move. If a male appears to be imitating the light flash of a different species, he risks drawing the attention of a different female. Or worse, he could become prey to some of the fascinating predators that lurk nearby. Female fireflies are strategic in their responses, using the opportunity to select a mate that meets their preferences. Not all fireflies glow for the same reasons. Some species use their bioluminescence as a means of defense against predators. By emitting a flash of light, they can startle or confuse would-be attackers. A few species even possess a bitter chemical that makes them taste unpleasant, which acts as a deterrent. Predators that might consider a firefly for a meal quickly learn to avoid these glowing insects. Interestingly, fireflies are not exclusively nocturnal. Some species can be active during the day, emitting a softer glow that may be less visible in sunlight. The beauty of these organisms is not limited to their ability to light up the skies. Their larvae, commonly known as glowworms, can also produce light, serving the same purpose of communication and signaling in their environment. Fireflies are primarily found in humid, warm areas, often near water sources, such as rivers, streams, or marshes. These habitats provide ideal conditions for their survival, as moisture is crucial for their development. The life cycle of a firefly is equally striking, consisting of 4 distinct stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. The larval stage can last from a few months to several years, during which they usually feed on snails and other small invertebrates. The phenomenon of firefly migration is another captivating aspect. Some species are known to travel long distances to seek appropriate mating habitats. This migration showcases their adaptability and resilience as they navigate through various landscapes while maintaining their dazzling displays. Sadly, firefly populations have been declining in recent years due to habitat loss, light pollution, and pesticide use. The enchanting flickers of light that once adorned many summer nights are becoming less common. Conservation efforts are underway in various regions to protect these luminous insects and their habitats. Preserving the environment will help ensure that future generations can continue to marvel at the beauty of fireflies. Simple actions like reducing outdoor lighting at night, creating natural habitats, and minimizing pesticide use can have a positive impact on local firefly population. Fireflies are a stunning reminder of nature's wonders, demonstrating the genius of biological processes. Every flicker and glow not only symbolizes the exquisite beauty of the natural world, but also tells a story of life, survival, and connection in the animal kingdom. The next time you encounter their sparkling light, think of it as a dance of communication, a radiant display of love and life painted against the canvas of the night sky. Whether witnessing their luminescent displays alone or with friends and family, these tiny marvels connect us to the magic of the natural world, reminding us of the intricate relationships that exist within ecosystems. In their glow, we can appreciate the biological magic that enriches our planet in myriad ways. Unexplained itchy spots are a curious phenomenon that many people experience at some point in their lives. This sensation, often unexpected and persistent, can leave us puzzled. You might find yourself suddenly scratching a spot on your arm or leg without any apparent cause. This phenomenon can occur anywhere on the body, leading to moments of distraction and discomfort. Imagine you're sitting quietly, perhaps reading a book or watching your favorite show, when you suddenly feel an itch on your back. It's a sensation that catches you off guard. You scratch at it, and for a moment, there's relief, but then it returns, as if it has a mind of its own. What could possibly be triggering this mysterious itch? One common trigger that many of us may overlook is dry skin. As the weather fluctuates, warm in the summer and cold in the winter, our skin can become dry and irritated. This can lead to sudden itchiness, especially in areas that are exposed to the elements. You might notice it more on your arms or legs when you haven't moisturized for a couple of days. The sensation often sneaks up on us in places we barely think about, making it all the more surprising when it occurs. Another subtle culprit behind unexplained itchy spots could be fabric irritation. Consider the clothes you wear daily. Fabrics that we frequently touch or wear close to the skin, like wool or synthetic materials, can sometimes rub against sensitive areas and cause irritation. You might find that a shirt or a pair of pants feels comfortable for hours, only to discover that it's causing an itch later in the day. Itchy spots from clothing may seem sudden, but they can often be linked to the fabric choices we make without even realizing it. Another area to consider is the environment around you. Pollen dust and even pet dander can be relentless triggers of unexpected itching. While spring brings vibrant blooms and warmer weather, it also introduces an influx of pollen into the air. If you have allergies, you might not even realize that the itch on the bridge of your nose is tied to that beautiful, blossoming tree in your yard. Dust from inside your home can cause similar reactions, leading to sudden sensations on your skin that you can't quite explain. Let's not forget the role of stress, which often goes unnoticed but can manifest in various physical ways, including sudden skin irritation. When you find yourself in a stressful situation, you might not realize that your body is reacting by causing your skin to itch. Whether it's a meeting at work, a family gathering, or any situation that heightens your anxiety, your body can communicate this stress through itchy spots, often in places you wouldn't expect. The signal might appear on your neck, your forearms, or even your scalp, reminding you that your emotions can affect your physical state. Insects can also be an unseen factor. You might get an itchy spot from a mosquito bite or a similar bug, and even if you don't see the culprit, your skin often reacts with an annoying itch. Sometimes, the itching is so minor that you can't find the source, but it reminds you that nature is all around, even when you don't see it actively buzzing about. As we reflect, let's talk about the medications we take. Perhaps you've started a new supplement or prescribed medication. Itchiness could be a side effect that you didn't anticipate. Some people develop a sensitivity to certain chemicals found in medications, leading to unexpected skin reactions that manifest as itchiness. It's always worth considering recent changes in your routine, as these can sometimes lead to unexplained sensation. If you're someone who enjoys the outdoors, be mindful that exposure to plants like poison ivy or sumac can result in sporadic itching. Even minor contact might not be apparent immediately, leading to the unexpected sensation days later. It serves as a reminder to be vigilant when wandering in nature, where beautiful scenery can sometimes come with hidden irritants. Sometimes, the simple action of forgetting to remove an item, such as jewelry, a watch, or even an elastic band, can lead to itchy patches on your skin. These details might seem mundane, yet they can create discomfort when left unattended. The pressure or friction from these items can cause irritation, which can result in that odd sensation popping up just when you least expect it. Lastly, the idea of hydration shouldn't be overlooked. Our bodies are made up of about 60% water, and maintaining hydration is crucial for overall health. When we don't drink enough water, our skin can become dry and itchy, leading to sudden sensations that catch us off guard. This simple reminder that our body needs proper hydration can significantly affect how our skin feels. In conclusion, unexplained itchy spots can arise from a variety of subtle triggers. Whether it be environmental factors, fabric irritants, or even emotional stress, these sensations remind us of the complex relationship between our bodies and our surroundings. Paying attention to our bodies and the world around us can illuminate the reasons behind these curious itches, turning unexplained moments into opportunities for understanding and care. As we navigate our daily lives, we may continually encounter these mysterious sensations, each offering insight into our health, our environments, and the delicate balance we must maintain for well-being.